Alrighty, everybody, thank you for hanging in there with us. Like we have said a couple of times now, Halo in general, if it wasn't for, things going wrong, things breaking, it happens. But we're here, we're gonna break through it. Halo can't slow us down, technology can't slow us down, and you know what? Damn it, not even Eastbrook can slow us down. Eastbrook, we're gonna get through this.
Yeah, no, it should be good now. Hopefully, we get to watch this game soon.
We are getting news here from our admins as well. We are having issues with the game itself as well as the broadcast. So I mean, everything is running swimmingly for Halo, but bad overall. They're getting that easy anti-cheat bug. As those of you that have been playing Halo recently, I'm sure you've seen that once or twice as well. I'm sure you're frustrated with it because we all are. Because damn it, how long does it need to be there? But it's okay. They're working on it, and it's gonna be fixed, and we're gonna be fine. Addison, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's hopefully, I don't know. It seems like there's been a lot of weird game issues in terms of just getting the game all set up and working. So yeah, hopefully this is gonna go through swimmingly. Hopefully.
I mean, that's the goal, right? That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, no, it's not looking good so far, but we'll hopefully get through this. Hopefully this game gets started soon. We've got a lot of Grifball ahead of us. So.
Yeah, we do. We better get this up and running. I mean, we will cut over to see the lobby here. It is on its way. We're getting it close. We're getting it ready. We're getting it steady, baby. And that's all that matters. I think actually we are getting word that we can hop on in. So, ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 of your Halo Infinite IGL Season 3 Finals on the Noble TV. I'm here with Addison Eastbrook, and it's going to be one hell of a game. Let's get it going.
It's starting. Oh, it's officially starting. Okay, yeah, I'm excited. Honestly, any predictions for this game? Do you have any?
I mean, while we're loading into the actual game here, let's look at this one more time here. I know we've been staring at it for a while. These lineups here. I mean, we've got Titan versus Titan in Chemical versus Avenger, and then the supporting line there, that roster to back it up is going to be amazing. Especially, I mean, I'd like to see this Sev Mosquito kind of duo here. Got our European boys, so let's see how that's. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in this game because we have that extra variable and we're connecting overseas. And ladies and gentlemen, this gonna be some laggy Grifball.
Oh yeah, no, the team, obviously, I think the team that I'm kind of a little bit of bias towards is going to be Solus's team. So I'm kind of Neuralink is definitely a team that the power of friendship, man. I've seen KD, I've seen TCT, the TCT boys, Hydro kids or Nick in this case. They've been playing for a bit, and I'm kind of rooting for that. I don't know. I think Sab did win a championship eventually, but it looks like we're getting into the action already as Neuralink is going to take the ball off the tip-off. He's going to go to that right side, looking for that dedicated runner, Katie Skill, who's been playing amazing as runner. Usually Avenger has been the runner in the past. Historically, Avenger has been, kind of a streaky runner, a little bit kind of a little bit of a problem kind of running. He has a little bit of inconsistencies, and I feel like running in this game especially, you need someone who's able to get those long distance punches, and he kind of falters a lot in those big instances. We saw him in the late league championship where he was, he did pretty well, but he lost the ball quite a lot, but you have a little bit more of a disciplined runner with KD's skill. So KD is going to wrap to that right side, kind of trying to stay in that little neutral zone. It's looking pretty dead even, but right now we see Hydro Kids dying at this point in time. Avenger is just trying to hold up that line. Katie's going to go back just a tiny bit here. They just can't get any sort of ground yet. So it just seems like from a tanking standpoint that Neuralink is starting to struggle. Solus is going to try to move up that right side as Katie's skill is going into the middle. She's starting to scramble as the tanks are kind of coming in a staggered way. KD is going to try to look for a 1v1 punch on Sad. That is a scary one. She gets the punch, gets that first one free, and she's going to get ground for the first time. They are finally breaking off this even side as I kind of jinxed them a little bit. KD is trying to find some sort of an opening. There's just nothing here at all as Avenger is going to die. All the tanks are going to die. She's on plate. She's going to throw it away. Just absolutely getting bullied, getting shoved into a locker as it's going to be Chemical's team with the ball, just going to steamroll it. What a goal. Oh, dude,
Yeah, wow.
that
Absolutely. I mean, we saw that stalemate there, right? I mean, that's 30, 40 seconds of play there that we were in a stalemate, and then it cuts over to the kills finally coming out. We see 1, 2, 3 go down, and then that ball able to take it home. I mean, absolutely great play there by the team, just being able to coordinate that push, right? We saw that stalemate for so long, and then a few kills coming out, and that's all the difference. And here we see it again. That's how we do it, and that's how you make this a 2-0 game real quick. Oh, baby, here we are. This is some finals Halo.
Dude, honestly, it just seems like Neuralink does not have the tanking power. Solace is not currently carrying. He's 4 and 13, getting absolutely bullied, and it's through the trenches where they're really losing this game. Like Chemical is stomping. You got Aware Mosquito, who's 16 and 5 now. Europeans, it's a struggle. If you've ever played an EU game or anything like that from the States or vice versa, it could be a struggle. But right now, it looks as though the Neuralink tanks are pushing this in. They get a couple of multi-kills. Oh, it's not what they wanted there as the ball carrier loses it kind of near that 1 yard line. But it looks as though they just keep fumbling the ball on the 1 yard line. This is not good. It looks like Neuralink is going to try to hopefully capitalize off this play, but it's not going to happen as Chemical Imbalance is going to maintain possession right now as they are starting to push up on the right side. When you have those mistakes, especially when it comes to the playoffs, like you're not playing against a lot of these scrubby teams, you're not just getting a random game or a reschedule in. Like a lot of people have had a lot of time to prepare for this. So, across any sort of game, when it comes to the playoffs, you have to be on your A game. You can't have those simple mistakes, especially as a runner. When you're running in a playoff setting, people are going to know what you're going to try to do. Especially when you play a lot of customs, they know what your tendencies are, and they will try to exploit them. Right now, it looks as though, in terms of the tanking battle, Neuralink just can't seem to get anything going.
Yeah, right you are, absolutely. I mean, they're held back here in the corner. I mean, this is going to be one hell of a push to get it out. We've seen it, right? It's possible. It absolutely can happen, but it's real hard to break that. And we see right there that ball get turned over, still down in the corner, and they are able to recover it. It's not going to be returned back in on them, and that was absolutely insane there, right? Obviously, they can score. They've done it. We've seen it. They can score points. But what we run into there is when you get stuck in the corner, your runner just not able to break out of that, especially if the tanks can't stay up. They keep going down, and now we still see that ball trapped in the corner, finally thrown out, but it's going to come back down to the other corner.
Honestly, there's no game scarier to just be passing it along your side of the court than this game. Like, I feel like with the spawns and just how easy it is to clump up, these plays are really scary, as it seems like Neuralink is currently encroaching on this play. Solace is wreaking havoc as he's going to try to go in for the dart play, and he gets the goal. Great play by Neuralink. Honestly, that's kind of what you need. It's a momentum game. So when you have something like that, that really sets the tone. It kind of gets your team back in. Like, all the jitters are pretty, like, once that first goal is scored, all the jitters are gone, if there is any. I know, back in the day, I've been known to get some jitters, but Neuralink already starting to combo this momentum a little bit as they get the ball off tip-off, but they're being pushed back in. Katie, all too familiar this series, or this game, with being on her side of the court. Chemical is currently in the spawns, just being the warden, but he will go down as Avenger is starting to move up the court. Solace is trying to hold that tanking line. Avenger being very disciplined, not trying to overstay. Sav just gets a massive kill on Solace. This is going to start to kind of cause Katie to be back in a weird position. She's getting double teamed a little bit, but Katie gets a very crucial punch. She's going to start rotating on that left side as Nick is going to try to, never mind, he dies. But Solace is kind of the focal point here. You need Solace to actually get those kills, and right now, Solace is not looking, he did make up a tremendous amount of the deficit, actually. He is now +4. He's 28 and 24, started this game pretty bad. They were not doing well tanking, and you need Solace to do well for Neuralink to even be able to win this game at all. He is a massive win condition for this team. So if he's not playing well, I just can't see a world where Neuralink does well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you. Seeing this, I mean, like we kind of brought up in the pregame there, right? I mean, so much of this game is those top performing players, the people that are gonna get those punches, score goals, take it home, and we see a goal line stop. It's so close, almost in. Oh, But on the flip side, to continue that point, oh my goodness, man, it's not just those players. As we see that goal line stop come out, that wasn't the best players on the team there. That was a team effort stopping that ball from going in, and we still have a 2-1 game.
You know, I will say, I mean, they do have Captain Sev running the ball at this current time. Oh, what a betrayal. This is not good. A double kill from Solace, as it's going to be a goal for Neuralink. Oh my goodness, what a fumble. That was terrible, right? Neuralink ties this up. That was crazy. That was such a bad miscommunication there, as Captain Sev gets sniped by his own teammate, it kind of looked like. Or not Captain Sev. No, it was Captain Sev. Yeah, he got absolutely brutalized by both ends of the court. Yeah, no, that was just, you do not want to be making those plays. And like I said, when that pressure builds on your side of the court, that's when the mistakes start to happen. I swear, every time I see Infinite, like when someone's getting like pushed back into their spawn, you don't want to see that, because you're scared. Like, it's intense, because like you see betrayals happen. I feel like betrayals happen in this game more than any other Grifball that I've seen. So like all it takes is just like 1 or 2 mistakes, and then the balance of the game just completely changes. So this is not looking good for. I mean, I just feel like, I don't know. It's very strange. I feel like for Chemical Imbalance, like I feel like they're making mistakes that these players, at least from a SAP perspective, don't normally make. But again, they're not with their full team, so maybe this is kind of just some growing pains, because chemistry does matter. As the ball gets lost on Neuralink's end of the court, as it will be Chemical Imbalance, the Where Mosquito is going to try to get a kill, but Neuralink will get the ball back, as it's currently in the hands of Katie Steele. That's where you want it. She is the quarterback in this instance. Sav is going to try to come off the edge, but Katie gets a massive punch, going to hopefully get the regain their shields. She has to play very disciplined, especially when you're going against a European. There's a lot of inconsistencies, so any sort of, you don't know if they're going to randomly get the most massive hammer at range or anything like that. So you have to play it very safe when you're going against Europeans. Right now, it does look as though Katie's going to find an opening in the middle. Solace is currently doing some work in the middle part of the court. Avenger's going to maintain some of the utility on Neuralink's side, but she will go down. Chemical gets a massive carrier kill there, as it's going to be Neuralink with the ball somehow. That was a great play by Chemical. Chemical just kind of goes in and just going straight for the ball carrier, as it looks as though there's a fumble right now. Chemical Imbalance gets the score.
Wow.
Damn.
That was an insane play. I mean, the chaos on the plate. I mean, if that's your team, you're on that side, you don't want to see that. I mean, it's absolutely a cluster of bodies and hammers and the ball. And what you run into there is you get scared that one person can just touch it and tap it right in. A situation you absolutely want to avoid. As we see here, the ball's right back saying, hello, I want to come home. And he punches it through for yet another goal. That's how we see it. That is how you take your team to a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, this has been actually intense. It seems like there's just such a weird, like, this is a slobber knocker. I'm gonna keep it a buck right now. This is like, and it actually was way better than I was anticipating. Right now, Chemical Imbalance currently has the lead 4-2. Chemical Imbalance is, it seems like they kind of, like, to be fair towards Neuralink, I mean, they are kind of, I don't know, they're making mistakes that I feel like you shouldn't be making, but then again, like, their only 2 goals are against just absolute blunders on Chemical Imbalance's side. So, you can't rely on that. You can't rely on that instability of, them making mistakes. You want to be proactive. You want to have the game in your control. And right now, it seemed like for a little bit of time that Neuralink was starting to regain that control. And like I said, they technically have the advantage. They have their full team out here. They should not, in theory, lose, especially from the connection standpoint. Like, you're going against 2 Europeans. Like, this game shouldn't be as close as it is. But hopefully they can try to make some sort of effort here to make the comeback. We love to see comebacks here. KD, very undisciplined there. Oh, but a double kill, maintains Neuralink the ball. He's going to pass it back to the right side. All of his players were not expecting that, but KD is going to get the ball back. Massive save right there. Katie is looking up on the mid side of the court. She's looking to try to get some sort of real estate on the map, but it's just not looking there, as it looks as though Chemical Imbalance is pushing them into the corner. It's some locker. We were watching some locker action right now. They're getting absolutely bullied here, but Solace is fighting back a little bit, gets bounced back by the repulsor. It seems as though Chemical Imbalance currently has maintain some utility here. Katie trying to get some sort of a push. Solace doing some work, gets a massive neutral. He just needs to get the punch on Sav, but Avenger currently holding down the anchor. You just got to buy enough time for the rest of your teammates to come back up. Blood Nick is going to go down. Solace is going to get a kill. It looks as though there's only one tank. Double kill from Solace. Solace is going to get an opportunity for Katie. Katie just needs to stay on top, and it's a goal for Katie's skill, and Neuralink stays in this one.
Yeah, wow, what a way to rally back and come back into this game, especially when you're down already. I mean, this is game one, right? We're not already playing for the trophy, so it would be easier to kind of step back, let off the gas there, but that's not what happens. We see that gas pressed even further down, and we see that goal scored. We have a 4-3 game. This is the playoff Grifball you signed up for. This is the playoff Grifball that you woke up on a Sunday to watch. Here we are, baby.
Yeah, honestly, in my years, I've only played probably about like 2 Sunday games in my entire life, let alone this early in the morning. But you know, with like I said, those Europeans, dude, you know, it's 8 o'clock. It's almost, what is it, like? It has to be like 4 or 5 o'clock there. So this is like, you know, we actually get to see some peak European gameplay right now. You know, hey, they're actually, I mean, Seb's struggling quite a bit, but it looks as though Aware Mosquito is holding his weight right now. As Katie's skill is going to be on the right side, going to get punched though. As Katie's skill looks as though they have that opportunity. You do not want to see Solace in that opportunity. Gets a double, but Katie is kind of floundering a little bit. She's gonna get a massive goal, and these swings, man, these, like, it's just been back and forth. Like, I thought Neuralink was down for the count for a bit. I was like, dude, there's no way they're relying on too many inconsistencies to actually win this game. But dude, what a great play by Solace, getting a massive double kill as Neuralink gets the ball back. They seem to be doing really good on these tip-offs, but it hasn't been resulting in a lot of positive play as Katie gets a massive defensive punch, currently holding this corner with her life as she's looking for Nick or one of her tanks to actually get some sort of kills. And that's the thing about Solace, is that Solace is going to get those multi-kills, and multi-kills are super important because that's how it opens up opportunities for KD, as she is currently trying to draw all as much distraction as we just talked about it there. What a slew of deaths that we're seeing here. Chemical is going absolutely massive, just edge rushing this right there. Repulsor stagnates. Bomb is down on plate as Neuralink saves the day right there. Gets a massive defensive punch. This is scary right now. You do not want to be in this situation. That should have been a goal. Chemical Imbalance should have been, game one should have been in the books. Katie is currently wrapping on that left side. At this time, when you get an opportunity like this, you have to win. You're going to be thinking about that a lot. Chemical left alone with KD. KD has no shield. She cannot go for the free punch as she's going to pass it to the right side. Solace is going to get the ball. You need your tanks to get a kill. You just need one kill, as it's going to be Chemical Imbalance. He is in for the goal, and Chemical Imbalance takes game one.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Absolutely insane back and forth, as you brought up there. I mean, we see these 2-goal swings on either side, but then it comes down to it. Chemical Imbalance is the team that comes up, puts that last ball home, and here we are, game number 1 going to Chemical Imbalance. Oh my goodness. You know what? There's so much to break down in that game, right? So much back and forth. It was such a close game, but I'm gonna just ask real quick, what is your top 3 game-changing plays that happened that game that led us to the score we ended up with?
Oh, dude, I honestly, it's really hard to kind of determine on what I don't know. With Sab, honestly, Chemical just had such, like, he demanded the attention, and that's when Sab thrives. Like, Sab thrives when people have almost, like, when he's able to kind of just be a little sneaky, you know, when he's able to get around or be able to exploit your attention. Like, it's really hard, but Chemical was just dominant that game. It felt like he, you know, I'm not, if hopefully someone can show the stats, or maybe I can see the stats in terms of the KD, but Chemical just, like, every time I was looking at the screen, Chemical was just constantly applying pressure. He was constantly in their spawn, was constantly, like, KD, usually when you have the ball, you should be confident going against the hammer, but Chemical was just demanding that respect. He was making them play very honest. You didn't really see a whole lot of pass plays or anything like that, so I was actually really surprised because I'm not entirely familiar with Chemical's game, I guess you could say, but here we see, you know, he is plus 14. Like, that was a good performance, especially when you don't have your full team. And he carried the massive weight of Seb in terms of the tanking, but Seb was very good with being disciplined with the ball. You know, that is a skill. You know, you know, I don't want to be disrespectful towards Sev because Sev is a very good player, but getting carried is a skill. You know, he just is doing his job. Just don't lose the ball. Sometimes that's the only objective of the runner. Just don't lose this for us, brother. Don't lose us. But man, what a great game. That was actually way better than I thought it was.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were going to see a little bit of a blowout, right? You show up, it's Sunday game day, you're already down a teammate, and that can hit, right? That can crush you. But then you come out and just show that it doesn't matter, that you can pull in and you can bring in the EU boys and you can win the game either way. And I think that's the kind of resilience you want to see in a winning team, right? That's who you want to root for, are the people that can come out, they can win the games, and then they can go home and shake hands at the end of the day, right? I mean, that's the camaraderie we're looking for, and that's what we just saw at a Chemical Imbalance. I believe Chemical there, you know, getting that killing frenzy in there. I mean, that's an absolute same insane stat line in Grifball, especially in Halo Infinite Grifball, where it's so close, so back and forth. I mean, to just be alive for 15 kills, let alone be the one killing all 15 of those Spartans, is an absolutely insane feat, and we saw it here. Very excited to get into this next game here. I do believe that we are just about ready to go in, just waiting for them to start this game up, and as soon as they do, we'll get you guys some more some more of that good action, ladies and gentlemen. But here we are. We got yeah, I mean, we had so much in that game. Break down a little bit more for me while we're waiting to get this game going here, Addison. I mean, what was one play with the sandbox that you saw that made this Halo Infinite Grifball and not Halo 3 Grifball?
Well, I think it was that last play, I want to say. I don't remember exactly who it was who got that carrier kill and got that final kill. But the way, so if you actually saw it when KD was on play, there was a runner on play for Neuralink at least. There was a lot going on, and kind of the tags on my end are kind of just like really hard to determine. But there's this lunge play that people do where they lunge with the sword and then they use the repulsor to almost like stagnate themselves. Like basically, like it's like a fake. It's like a sword fake almost. And so when he lunged in for the ball, he repulsed, which basically messes up the runner's timing because when you like, and that's the importance of the repulsor. Like the repulsor seems, maybe some other players will disagree with me, but I feel like repulsor is the most versatile of the utility from the limited amount that I've actually played him in Infinite. However, that repulsor play where he managed to fake out the punch and then stabbed her and then grabbed the ball and scored in front, like that was probably the play of that game. That was, I mean, it was the game winner. So, but we are back into this other game. Hopefully it's as exciting as the last one. No, it just looked as though, like, honestly, these tip-offs are actually surprisingly going in the favor of Neuralink. But I was going to say in the last game, like, Neuralink should not be entirely confident with how they're coming out. No, you're the team with the full team, so you should be able to just come out here and just start stinking these guys. Where Mosquito getting a weird double kill there. He like neutraled the top guy and then got the guy in the back. I'm not sure if there was like a betrayal action there, but it looks as though Neuralink is on the blue side this time. So this is going to be kind of a weird change, but it looks as though this, like, Neuralink is coming out a lot stronger than they did last game. It doesn't look as though they're hoping to, rely on the stupid amount of mistakes to be in the game. I think you just kind of gotta readjust and be a little bit more disciplined in how you play the game. It looks as though KD is on that right side, but again, Chemical just is that edge guy. He's the edger, but he is just commanding such a crazy presence. You need someone who can go in there and neutralize him. You can have Solace, who is probably going to win more 50-50s against Chemical, but someone just needs to run out and get a kill. Like, I used to say that all the time. I used to be like, oh, get a kill, because sometimes you just get so overwhelmed. A massive double kill from Avenger. You don't see that very often, my boy. I love Avenger, but that ain't Avenger, man. I don't see that very often. But again, like, it becomes really challenging in terms of tanking. I don't know how people can be dedicated tank. That's so unfun. Especially when you're a runner. Like Avenger probably, had to
through gritted teeth accepted the tank role, probably. But no, it's awful. Like Avenger probably, had to through gritted teeth accepted the tank role, probably. But no, it's awful. Really? Oh yeah, kind of going because I kind of lost my train of thought for a little bit, but yeah, getting a kill. Sometimes like when you're in the heat of the moment, especially when there's a lot going on, sometimes like you need that simplicity. You need to know like, hey, we just need a kill because if we get one kill, we just need one kill. It changes the entire dynamic of the play, and so sometimes people get very overwhelmed in those goal line situations. As it looks as though, well, that's not actually KD. It is, I believe that's who is currently running the ball. Oh, it looks as though it's sorry, it's like really weird for me. I'm faltering really hard, but dude, my brain cannot like I don't know. I am messing up. I'm assuming it's God damn, I don't.
I believe it is Sev running the ball right now, and I get, hey, it's first game, first series jitters. It happens to the best of us. That's why we're here. We're getting it down, guys. You know, this is one of many of these events tournaments we're gonna be bringing to you guys, so it's only gonna get better from here. So stick with us. I appreciate you guys. Hey, we got casted Grifball again. It's a good day, and we see the launch up and over, and just over the goal, bounces one more time from a hammer, and goes down. Is not able to finish the play. And the ball squeaks out and is in the hands of the enemy team. I mean, if that's me being launched, I'm so angry right now.
Yeah, no, that is, honestly, I'm surprised no one got the rebound there. I thought, they would have at least tried to, regain control of some sort of, ground there, but it did not go the way they wanted it to. And that, I don't know, goal lines in this game are so volatile. Like, you'll be on the goal line, and, like, the spawns are kind of, like, they bundle up very easily. And sometimes you can just get spawned on, or something, like, random will happen, it feels like. Obviously, there's a little bit more, reason to why this is happening. But, these goal line situations, dude, we're seeing a lot of just, like, toilet bowls. We're seeing people jack up shots, and we're just seeing a lot of rebounds going on. But it looks as though Neuralink is going... Oh, massive double kill by Aware Mosquito. Just absolutely cracks the chip there and gets a double kill, basically saving that goal right there. Honestly, it looked as though Neuralink was just going to run away with it. But right now, it seems as though they're kind of in a bad situation. You do not want to go against Sav there in those instances. And right now, the shields are down. You just kind of got to extend a little bit. There's a little bit of a weird communication there. When you got the ball in the tank, you kind of want to make sure that the chemistry is there. But in terms of running is like the most fun aspect of Grifball, in my opinion. I feel like being able to see the field and able to make things as they happen. Kind of see, like,
Katie with a huge melee there. Oh my goodness. That sword coming in hot, but that ball's coming in hotter.
Yeah, and Katie's just going to get the route, and she just needs to squeak it in. She's going to a massive goal. Honestly, that was one of those plays where it probably shouldn't have been a goal on Neuralink's end. But I feel like just how bad the positioning was from Chemical and Balance, they exploited it. And if we've seen how these tip-offs has been going, I mean, I can kind of bet money that Neuralink is going to get this ball, and they will. And it's going to be in the possession of Katie's skill, as Avenger's going to be spawning up. Solace is going to get one kill, as Nick is going to get a neutral. It shouldn't kill the push entirely, as Solace is just trying to anchor, buying enough time for your players to come in. He will fall down, as Nick is going to get one kill, and it's back into the locker for these guys. Oh, another repulsor play. As you saw, there was like kind of like a stutter, and it really messes up the flow. And this is the importance of the utility, especially as the ball carrier. There's so many threats, and with that repulsor, they do the lunge, and then they repulse, and then it messes up the ball carrier's timing of the punch, and they lose the ball. And that was what happened in the last game. That was the game-winning play right there. So you have to maintain that real estate. You have to be constantly thinking about when the utility is going to be popping up, and that's kind of the dynamic of Grifball that we're not used to seeing. But it looks as though Chemical Imbalance is just get a massive double kill, and it's going to be a score for Chemical Imbalance, and that's the first on the board for this game.
Look, man, you're out there saying, you know, we're not used to seeing that, and Halo Infinite's still new, right? Season 3, first year of it, really still. But oh my goodness, is it so fun to watch these plays, see that utility, see that kit come into play. I mean, we just get these insane little moments here due to that, like, I mean, for me, way more fast-paced, obviously, than say Halo Reach, Halo 3, and I think that's where you get these really fun adrenaline racing games, and we see that ball almost walked in, but KD is dropped on the line by Sab. Sab with a huge triple kill right there on that goal line stand, and that ball is back in their hands. They're ready to run it home and, you know, maybe get this tied up here. We'll see if that can happen, but I mean, if we keep getting that ball back to KD, these runs have been absolutely insane. Just chance after chance after chance by KD's skill.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Katie is she's really scaled. Like I remember her coming into Halo 5, and she, you know, she went from being like one of the like top end like amateur like legacy prospects, and oh no, right now it looks as though Chemical and Balance is having their way with Neuralink, and it's gonna be a goal. That was a crazy push. There was just so much like mispositioning there, and the way the tank line for Chemical and Balance was yeah, honestly that is not plays that you want to see from Neuralink. But you know, Neuralink, will they get a tip off again? They've been pretty goated with the tip offs, but it looks as though it will be Chemical and Bounce. A weird handoff there for a second, and right now it looks as though it's going to be Sev with the ball. He is just trying to get some sort of an opportunity. That's that EU connection right there. Oh, another play. Oh, that was weird. I don't know why they didn't get the punch even sooner. But Captain Sev does get that punch that is necessary to keep the push alive. And that's the thing about the runner, is that there's an extra dynamic because you're down tanks in terms of hammer, but you get kind of that, I would say the first one's free in Halo Infinite for the most part. Like, you know, that shield, like the ball's first punch, like being able to get that first kill with the ball is super powerful. So you have to use that to your advantage. And obviously when you're on your side of the court, it gets a little bit riskier. But on like certain aggressive plays, it can be a massive game changer because you basically have a tank with overshields. Where Mosquito's on the left side, hopefully going to provide some sort of insurance, going to get a kill. Should have been a mutual, but does get the mutual to hopefully give them a little bit more breathing room here for Chemical and Balance. On the left side, Captain Sev is just trying to look for an opportunity. Tanks on the right side as Aware Mosquito is going to go down, going to rotate to that right side, looking a little scary. Just need a kill. Sab gets the kill that is necessary. Chemical is going to try to get something going. Sab's going to mutual. They're not able to get anything going as Avenger just comes in like a bullet and misses. And it looks as though there is kind of like a stalemate happening on your side of the court. This is intensity right here, as it looks as though all four people. Oh, what a crazy good play. So Sab extends. He extends the defense a little bit and throws it forward. This kind of kills any sort of push, but they should have gotten a kill yesterday. They finally get the double kill that they need, absolutely eliminating any sort of pressure. But, you know, you gave up the ball. You know, like that is exactly what they wanted to do. They had you push up against the wall. A great play by Sab to extend the play in terms of just trying to reserve or try to keep your hopes alive for the round. Sometimes you need to wrap around that right side because sometimes it gets so, the pressure gets so just like harsh towards that part where you just kind of have to throw the ball out. You know, you take the turnover, but you save the goal. And hopefully this is a good opportunity for, you know, Chemical and Balance to kind of get their bearings in. But yeah, so far it's been a pretty good series. I'm kind of faltering a little bit, you know, but oh wait, massive goal.
Yeah, the turnover run in. I mean, after seeing, what was that, 5 minutes or so there of a stalemate. I mean, back and forth, a couple of runs, but for the most part, a full stalemate. To see that finally, the ball picked up and run in right there within just a few seconds. I mean, that's how quick these games can change, right? That's all it takes is one person going down wrong, one person getting out of the way, and we see this turn, and right now we have a 3-2 game. Ladies and gentlemen, can they do it? Can they bring this up and just keep absolutely bringing it here to Chemical and Balance?
Oh yeah, honestly, this has been a really good series so far. I think from the perspective of Neuralink, I think this is a more of a morale booster for Chemical and Balance here. But from Neuralink, this is some good,
this is some good play. I feel like you should be kind of happy about this. Right now, they are currently down in the series, so you have to... Ooh, almost misses the punch there for Neuralink. Neuralink is just going to try to keep this ball as long as they possibly can, getting the kills they need to try to get up the court and collect some of that real estate, as it looks as though KD is going to retreat back. Chemical trying to get some sort of kill. They get the massive kill that they need, trying to push Neuralink back as much as they possibly can. Right now, it doesn't seem as though there's really a whole lot of action going, and it's the neutral game. Like the Grifball is won through the neutral game, and it's kind of like fighting games. If you know, it's like kind of having that balance. Gonna throw it back, trying to avoid a quick and easy goal for Chemical and Balance, as they will get the possession. Captain Seb is not currently holding the ball. It looks as though it might be a Were Mosquito. That's the thing. You just have to grab the ball, and then whoever's tanking, you tank. You don't have time to switch hands. You just need to keep that momentum up. And I feel like there's a lot of the problems with a lot of like lower end talent is that sometimes they're just like, I have the ball, I have to give it to the dedicated runner. But when you have that momentum, you just got to keep it going, regardless of who has the ball. But it looks as though it's going to be a pass play. Sab is going to hopefully win the one-on-one. He doesn't get 2 kills. That is actually kind of impressive. I kind of like the vision there. As another pass, as it looks is going to be a counter pass, but there's too good of defense. They got press coverage going on, and it looks as though both passes will not go through, and it's back in the hands of Chemical and Balance. What a great vision to pass it to Sab. You want to trust that one-on-one, and that's something that I really do like about the pass plays in Infinite, is that you do see a lot of people passing it prematurely a little bit because they trust their players on the one-on-one. It's kind of like a back shoulder fade in football. It's really cool. And on the left side, Chemical is going to pick up the ball. Again, he's going to garbage cat it a little bit, so he's going to defend it as Avenger gets the kill he needs. He's going to get a double kill, and it's on the left side. Massive kill for Neuralink. They're going to maintain possession. They're going to throw it back to TCT Avenger, who's going to keep the ball right now, looking for KD Skill, the dedicated runner on the back end here. KD is going to look for some sort of an opportunity. Avenger just won't die. This guy is an absolute roach right now, as Nick and Solace get the kills that they need to get more real estate on the map. Avenger is going ham right now, as Avenger is looking for some sort of opportunity. He's going to get a 4th kill. Avenger is on a roll right now. He is absolutely killing it. Solace, usually you see Solace in these instances, but now it's Solace's time to actually start to pick it up. And that's the thing about those like 3rds and 4ths. Like when you have a player like Avenger, and that's the trait that you need as like a 4th or 3rd best player on your team, is you need that like streakiness. Like they're capable of anything. Avenger's kind of like a wild card in this instance. What a good stretch of play right there. That was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. As you're saying, kind of the back and forth of it all, the ball getting squeaked out, and the physics being used. I mean, we saw a couple of times so far on this point where the hammer has really come into play. We see a throw go across, and I think it was Sab there that had a hammer to bring it back down to the other side of the court. And I mean, those are the kinds of plays where you bring into the physics, and it makes Grifball such a different game than even your average field sport. It's something you just love to see that physics really come into play, as we see this ball push getting put together here. One more kill needs to go out. He swings around. He's not going to end up taking the chance, as 3 more of the enemy team spawns up right in front of him, and that's a scary push to make from there. But we're seeing that run come back into play. 2 spawners up. Can the kills go out? No, they're not. He's going to circle back around and wait for his chance.
See, I really like the play there, and that's the thing about a runner, is that you command so much pressure for your tanks, and that's kind of, it's one thing to be a guy who can hold on to the ball and maintain possession. That is a great quality, but there are some runners that are like the true, really good, talented runners will kind of bobber. They'll kind of be like, you see them as bait. It's almost kind of like ADC in League of Legends, where it's just like, people are after you. You are the prio. People are going to focus you down. So because you're the object of obsession here. So when you're in those goal line situations, I kind of like what Katie did, where she's kind of like stutter stepping and kind of making a move and making her movements very unpredictable, as Katie's skill is going to get the goal. That's what I'm talking about, that discipline and the ability to understand that people are focusing you. And because people are focusing you, you pull the strings, you pull the marionettes. You're able to make the play because people are like, you can cause betrayals, you can do so much as a runner, and that's where the skill comes in, as Neuralink is just absolutely carrying that momentum. But Sab's gonna get a massive double kill right there, absolutely destroying any sort of push that Neuralink has. But Neuralink has been dominating these tip-offs. Possession is everything.
And, you know, if you're able to maintain possession and win those tip-offs, that's massive. Neuralink is currently going to retreat. Right now it's currently 3-3. So, again, I don't think you're entirely confident from a Neuralink perspective. Wait 1 second. Sorry. I've been having a little bit of mental booms early in the morning, but massive double kill by Blood and Nick there. Right now, you're kind of looking for some sort of opportunity. Solace and TCT Avenger are just trying to get some sort of kills, but the push is going to die, and it's on the left side, and right now it's looking very scary. You got the 2 Europeans just pass rushing right now, and again, that's scary. So when you're playing from Europe, you know, that sword lunge, you know, you always got to be very concerned because sometimes there's a little bit of a lag to it. So when you have a European that's coming straight for you as a ball carrier, you know, you're kind of in a scary situation.
Hey, I've been on the other side of that mosquito sword before. It's not a fun place to be, really, especially as a runner, right? It's really hard to defend against because it's so important to get your timing right. And the timing on that European sword is just so hard to get consistently down. It's changing all the time. And so, I mean, like, if you are a ball carrier getting melees on a European sword coming at you, you're a damn good ball carrier. That's what it comes down to. And we're seeing that just come into play so much here. And it's just its own aspect, its own variable in this game, changing it up just a little.
Oh, for sure. And, you know, honestly, I think one thing that's kind of a little bit underappreciated about Halo Infinite is just the amalgamation of players who have come back just to play in this Grifball. You're seeing players who have skipped generations of games as it looks as though Chemical Imbalance is on that goal line, betrayals that presence of the runner. Absolutely devastating for Neuralink right there. And this is what I'm talking about. I have to bring it back up again. When you're a runner, that little stutter step, that unpredictable movement there just allowed the betrayal to happen on plate. And Chemical Imbalance, you know, it shows that winning tip-off is a little bit overrated because they keep winning the tip-off, but Chemical Imbalance is here to stay. They are absolute roaches right now. Just absolutely just staying in this game regardless, and they're making mistakes. They're starting to learn each other's playstyle on the fly, and they're doing really well. This is a massive game for them to win. It looks like a pass play. They're going to trust Solace, your best tank currently. Oh my goodness, loses the one-on-one on a mutual, and the defender manages to make the play on there. That was I like the vision, especially when you get into this losing state. You do kind of want to take whatever opportunities you can get. And especially when you have someone like Solace on plate in a 1v1 situation, I like those odds. You know, that's a good jump ball, but Solace getting neutral, that's not very good. And now it's back into the hands of Chemical Imbalance. In terms of the stats, in terms of the tanking, you know, it's kind of even. I feel like there's some anchors there. Obviously, Captain Seb is currently not doing well in terms of the tanking department, but that's kind of the symptom of being a runner. So right now, I feel like it kind of evens it out in terms of the tanking standpoint. But right now, Chemical Imbalance is going to lose the ball. Massive play, getting behind the runner and managing to kill them. And right now, it looks as though Chemical Imbalance is on their own plate. Risky punch. Double kill from TCT Avenger and a goal. What a great play by Avenger, staying on that side. What a play.
Oh, baby. Yeah, that one's going to be on the Sports Center Top 10 in the morning. Oh, my goodness. Seeing that triple kill come out, that melee, and then able to still pop that ball back onto the plate for the goal. I mean, that right there is why these people are in the finals, right? I mean, this is 4v4 or 4-on-4 action, right? This is the apex of what you want to be seeing out here. The beautiful goal that makes the casters not even be able to speak. And baby, we have 4-4 Grifballs. We're seeing this ball hone in on the goal, but thrown back as they are going down.
Yeah, no, honestly, like, yeah, this is actually really fun. I'm actually enjoying every moment of this game. Like, so far, a really good series. The series is very close. I just feel like there's just been so many mistakes, and there's just so much volatility to these plays. You know, you're just seeing like a team that's just looking so dominant, and you know, kind of making bad plays and fumbling the ball on late. There's just a lot of these goals. This is spaghetti Griff going on right now, as it looks as though Neuralink has all three. They have an entourage on the plate, but both of them go down. Actually, no, somehow Nick is still alive. Avenger is just trying to make a
play. Massive dart as Avenger and the runner will go down. This is a costly loss of ball there.
Yeah.
Because now Chemical Imbalance has the ball. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, KD there with what I would consider a risky punch. Now, I'm not a very good runner, so maybe that's risky for me, but stepping up to that and is just getting within that hammer range to take that little bit of damage that, you know, that could be a mutual later, right? That could be you getting away and being able to run the ball back to your side. And so that damage, I know it's 4-4 here. You're wanting to just press that goal home, but what a dangerous play to make. And now the ball's in the hands of the other team. I mean, KD, she's feeling confident, right? She's been able to make these amazing plays and is trying to turn it into something more, be the hero that team needs. But in the same, side of that token, you can't let a goal go in, and we see a huge kill there out of Chemical, letting that ball move up the field.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I feel like this is some great plays, but it looks as though it's going to be the end of the line for Neuralink as it's a goal for Chemical Imbalance. They take the series.
Yeah.
That was... Oh, dude, when you're Neuralink, that just feels so bad, man. That's awful because, like, they played really hard, honestly. I feel like there was a lot of plays that they should have been a little bit more disciplined on. Honestly, they really shouldn't have lost that game. And they lose the series and they're out. They've had an impressive stretch of game. I think what was interesting is that TCT Avenger took Solace pretty early in the draft. So, like, way earlier than expected. Solace went over Novice. Like, Novice is, like, a top 2 player in the game. And, it's because Avenger really believed in Solace. And Solace played outside of his mind for the majority of the season. He played really good this series. Obviously, they could have played a little bit better, but Neuralink's out. It looks as though we're going to see Chemical Imbalance in the finals. And great play by them, honestly. That was some good Grifball, I will say.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I just want to point out there, Sabosaurus Rex. I mean, we knew Sab is going to be, right, that next level player that really holds it up for the team, but 87 kills. I mean, most in the lobby by a thick margin. I mean, that right there, I saw Sab making some insane plays with that hammer. I mean, the kills that need to be made. But on top of that, like I said, the redirects with the physics, I saw Sab 1 or 2 times hitting that pass away, not letting that pass be completed by the other team. And I mean, that right there is the reasons why they're able to take the win. They're the reasons why Neuralink's going home. And I mean, you can't see Neuralink play bad today. You really can't. I mean, both games are right there within a goal. And I mean, so close. Amazing running there by KD's skill. Avenger with a few like clutch, insane plays. And I mean, that's kind of what you're looking for here in these Clash of the Titan matches. And it was absolutely... It's what you want to see for playoff Grifball.
Oh, no, 100%. I feel like that was a great series. I feel like both teams played really well. Honestly, the 2 Europeans absolutely coming in clutch. They get to play in their primetime hours. Usually, the Europeans got to play in the wee hours. Like, they have to play in the early morning. We're talking about, like, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. type play. And they're in the prime, dude. They're having dinner right now. And, they probably just had a nice little dinner. They're probably, hopping on. They don't get this luxury, especially since the EU-GBL is no longer a thing. They don't get normal standard Grifball. So them playing this early on in the day, hey, if you want to go into the physiology of it, maybe their brain is a little bit more on focus today. Maybe their brain and how they're feeling is a little bit different because they played really well. They were actually bigger difference makers than I thought they would be. But Chemical, honestly, I wasn't too familiar with your game. You popped off, honestly. I think just purely from the eye test, I think Chemical just demanded so much presence in that game. He was just constantly in their spawn, constantly putting up that pressure on the runner throughout the entirety of the game. And like I said, when you pair that with someone like Sab, who's just such a crazy playmaker who's able to just make stuff out of nothing, that's where Sab thrives. If you give Sab a good duo, if you give him someone who's just absolute nuts to butts action, this guy is your guy, So great play, honestly. Chemical Imbalance is looking very strong going into the finals, but they are going to be moving on into the next series. I'm not exactly too sure when that's happening, but tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be moving into this next series shortly. Bad Intentions versus Asking Alexandra, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, let's take a look here at what, these rosters, same thing that we're kind of looking at here, not to repeat ourselves, but, I mean, it's the same thing. It's Clash of the Titans. I mean, they wouldn't be here if they weren't the best in the game. And, what are we really looking at in this next, the next variables, right? You know, these players all have a different way of playing, different features they like to touch. I mean, what are we looking at here as we're moving into this next series? What are we going to be looking out for?
Honestly, asking Alexandria, you know, from the limited amount of knowledge that I had, I remember. So I had a few friends that actually played this season, who, you know, sent me the teams, and just on paper, asking Alexandria is so good. Like, I mean, Shrek. Is Shrek playing today? I just wanted to confirm.
I heard mixed reports before. I don't know what ended up happening there, and well, as soon as we know here on the production end, guys, we'll let you guys know what's going there. Shrek may or may not have been able to make it. It looks like he should be, but we're going to be seeing that more.
Cool.
We're actually, real quick, guys, we're going to cut to a quick break. We're going to get everything ready for this next series, but thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for all you do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Season 3 Halo Infinite Grifball that, you know, we're seeing the Clash of the Titans, so don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to have more fun, more games, and more Grifball right after this. Get in on the action and get hammered at playgriffball.org.
Fight
Get in on the action and get hammered at playgrifball.org.
I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. Where's the beat?
Get in on the action and get hammered at playgrifball.org.
We're in this together. It's a breakthrough. It's a breakthrough. I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the 2024 IGL Season 3 Grifball Finals, you guys. I mean, these are the Clash of the Titans. I know I've said it once, said it twice, said it 3 times. I'm gonna keep saying it. These are the Titans, the best in class, best in the game, and I'm here with Addison Eastbrook. Eastbrook, Addison, whatever you're going by these days, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. That first series was really good, so hopefully it's a lot more of that. So, but I guess we'll see. These are some pretty good teams.
Yeah, they are, absolutely, and we're going to be seeing us getting in here in just a second to this game. I mean, let's take a look at these rosters one more time here, right? For Bad Intentions, Necessary Evil, Papa Snipes, Fancy, Mungo, and Priest. I mean, from day one, this 5-stack of a team is going to go hard. These are some heavy hitters, people that know how to play the game. And then moving to the other side, I mean, I can't not say the same for Asking Alexandra, Angel, Shrek, Infection, Grunt Padre, and Trespass. I mean, like, both insane 5-stack rosters. Even if you have a guy out today, I mean, your team's feeling comfortable going into this. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, no. What I like is the duo tank of Fancies and Papa. I think that's a really cool duo, in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what I've seen so far this season and in previous seasons is, I mean, if you can work around someone like that in that Fancy Papa kind of way, where you can work around your team, know where they're gonna be, and plan around them, I mean, that right there is the teamwork it takes to win these games. Like we've been saying, I mean, these are the best in the world. You're not gonna show up day one, do whatever you want, swing some hammers, hold forward. No. That's not how you get into the Grifball Finals. That's not how you get here to Sunday today. I mean, there's a lot of good things that go into that. And what would you say today is going to be the #1 game-making decision for either Bad Intentions or Asking Alexandra to go into this grand finals?
Oh, dude, just let Shrek cook. Honestly, in the few amount of times I've got to see Shrek play, he is one of the most exciting players to watch in terms of a tanking perspective. He can hybrid, and so when he has the ball or if he's tanking, he's going to be aggressive and balls to the wall, nuts to butts.
Not only balls to the wall, but maybe even balls to the goal. And I mean, that's the goal today, right? That's why we're here. And it looks like this game will be getting going here any second. So hang with us. I know we're talking a lot. It's not on us. We're waiting on this game to get going. So stick with us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be getting it off and running here shortly. We got to work with Halo Infinite, and that's a blessing and a curse, because one, I mean, Halo at the end of the day this is going to be a controversial take, but I'm confident they will bounce back. We're going to be all right. But obviously there's some things we got to work through now, and that's kind of where we're at. We're stick with us. We're working on it. There's going to be some issues, but I mean, guys, it's Halo at the end of the day. It'll be all right. We're going to work through these. We're going to have more Grifball, and we're going to have a lot of fun. I mean, what's your thoughts on Halo as of late? Let's get into this conversation.
Oh, I don't think you want the answer to that. I'm gonna keep it a bug. I don't think you want the answer to that. But in terms of Infinite, it's in an interesting spot. But I feel like Grifball's been in an interesting spot for some time. But one thing that's admirable is the fact that the top end of talent has always been really good. There's always going to be a dedicated amount of players who are going to put in a tremendous amount of effort and are going to give it their all. And I think that's one thing in terms of the state of Infinite Grifball rather than the actual game is kind of always a golden spot for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the craziest thing for me is this EAC bug, the easy anti-cheat bug that's been in the game for so long. And oh man, I'm excited for any possible future things that Halo do with Unreal. I'll say that if they do anything with Unreal, I think it'll be freaking awesome. And we'll be able to fix these problems would be the goal, right? Because I'm sick of waiting on the Grifball. I want it to come now, damn it. I want it to come now. As we move forward, though, I think we might be getting into the game here. I think we're getting in, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're ready to start this up. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some championship level Grifball play? You're watching twitch.tv/thenobletv. I'm here with Addison Eastbrook, and we got some good championship Grifball coming at you in just a moment.
I'm excited, honestly. These are some two teams. Honestly, Asking Alexandria is going to be kind of, in my opinion, the favorite. But like I said, Fancy, Papa Snipes, that's some good play right there. Honestly, they're two really good tanks, and they seem to complement each other pretty well. But you always love that, like the duo tanking
that is just amazing. Like, you just love to see that those two powerhouses as we kick it off, and already there's some spaghetti griff being played here, as it's going to be in the hands of actually, go ahead, Noble.
Go ahead. That's the transition of the century right there.
I'm so sorry. I am so bad.
No, you're. Hey, you know what? You know what? This is your first time on the cast in a long time, so I guess we can cut you just a little bit of slack. But it is going to be asking Alexandra there on red with the ball. I mean, this right here is a good start, but we see that ball get leaked out right on the plate. I mean, that's a dangerous move. You get it. Everybody could go down there. You could be totally fine, and that could be fine. But oh my goodness, is it a pucker moment when you see that ball just kind of dance across the goal line and sit on that plate. Woo, baby! This is going to be a good series. I can feel it already. But
oh no, for sure. I feel like these teams, I'm not really too sure if this is a more evenly matched up team here. However, you know, it looks so good so far. You know, it seems as though there is kind of a, you know, we saw a little bit of spaghetti grip early on. I'm not sure how much these teams actually practice before the championship. I'm not sure if they got some customs in way before the game, but you know, so far it's already been kind of a fun one. I won't lie.
Yeah, right. You are right there. I mean, we are so early in this game. It's too early to really have a good opinion on who could take this. It's still anybody's game. But oh baby, has it already been won for the books as we're seeing both of these teams run it out. That ball now stuck in the corner. I mean, again, scary plays there, but they're gonna be all right. They get that ball out, and it looks like we're gonna keep playing some Griff.
Oh yeah, no, this is really good. It seems as though they're kind of just shoved in the locker type of aspect here, and then it looks as though they're running on the right side of the court here. Grunt Padre will go down as they're just trying to get some sort of kill. Infection is just pulling two people. Absolute turbo guard over here. Grunt Padre is currently holding the line as Hell's Angel and Shrek each own one side of the court respectively. It looks as though they're going to try to get some sort of edge pressure here, but they just can't seem to get rid of Shrek there as he's currently applying a tremendous amount of pressure here. You know, honestly, I think this is kind of a, you know, this is going to be a tank battle. I mean, Infection, historically, he's not doing too hot right now. Currently, he's 4-11. He is -7 right now. But Infection, you know, he's been in the game for quite a bit. I feel like in terms of, you know, being a veteran, obviously Grunt Padre has played in Halo 5 and, you know, has been playing for a good amount of time. But Infection is an absolute veteran. This guy's been in the league for almost 10+ years. So this guy is used to these types of environments.
Yeah. Right, you are there, absolutely. But we're seeing this ball get leaked out and thrown. A little bit of the hammer physics coming into play there as it squeaks out to the corner. But we see 2 kills from Grunt Padre just sitting on that plate. The triple kill coming out. But finally, someone's able to take Grunt down, and that ball does not go home, but not for lack of trying, as Grunt gets that triple kill. Tried to do everything he can to say, you know what, this is my plate now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And it looks as though they are pretty much at everything but the goal so far, as he's going to try to squeak it in. Goes right past 2 defenders and gets the ball into the goal. Great play by asking Alexandria.
That was a good play right there. Honestly, you love to see those squeak bys, those little routes, especially like a contested 1v2 on plate. You just love to see it. I love seeing that type of play. Goal line stands are like some of the most exciting aspects of your culture.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that right there is what we like to see, and that's why, you know, you go up in the game, and that's what you're going for, right? Is those quick goal line plays, what have you, that's able to take your team into that next level bracket. And I mean, talk to me for a little while here. I want to really hear your thoughts on a runner's perspective. If you're running for Bad Intentions, what are you looking for?
I think what you're kind of looking for in terms of Bad Intentions is that, I mean, you just kind of have to win the tanking battle. I feel like from Bad Intentions, outside of Mungo, you're not seeing a whole lot of flashy playmaking type. I mean, you can trust a lot of, you know, the pass plays because you got 2 tanks that could do really great in ISO plays on plate. But in terms of that, you just kind of got to just stay disciplined and go for those routes, as he's going to do it again. He's going to get pressure, kind of forces it. He was literally getting body blocked by the defender right there. But it seems as though Necessary Evil, I believe, has been the primary runner for Bad Intentions, and they honestly,
known him as a runner, but in Halo 5 or in Halo Infinite, he's actually been a pretty decent runner. He has like 30 goals on the season, so he's been doing great. But when you have two turbo tanks, I think all you need to do as a runner is just stay behind the tanks and let them cook. Let them do their thing. Don't try to be too flashy. If you need to get a kill, get a kill.
Yeah, I mean, right, you are there, absolutely. I mean, it's the core basics, and you can say that in any sport, right? You gotta start with the fundamentals. You gotta start with the day one stuff, and that's something that you have to do to win these games, and we're gonna see if it's gonna happen here as that ball is still being held, and the big hammer coming down, but a big melee by Hell's Angel. Make that two. He's looking for it. He thinks he might be able to squeak it home, but a couple of spawners make him rethink that decision, pop back there into mid, and that ball isn't going home quite yet.
Oh, yeah. No, Hells is just getting all the punches you need. Like I said, when you're the runner in Halo Infinite, that first one is kind of free, especially if you're a good runner. Hells is probably the best. I mean, KD is a really good runner. I mean, from my understanding, Hells is like one of the better runners in the league. Very aggressive. In terms of Shrek is, you know, sometimes you see Shrek with the ball. You see your main tank with the ball, and he goes ham as we're going to see a pass play. Infection going right through the ADAP right there and just gets the goal. That was a really good play. Infection ran like a really great route, and to be able to just dot it with defenders in your face, that was really bad for, you know, no pun intended, bad intentions. But we're back on the tip-off here as we're going to see who is going to get that ball, some spaghetti Griff. But that was a great play.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like we were saying, that was the fundamentals, right? That's day one Grifball. But if you can do it and be the best in the world out of it, that's how you're going to win championships. And that might just be the case today as we are seeing these teams rack it up against each other. I mean, 2-0 asking Alexandra starting out here. We're not even that far into the game. I mean, it feels like we just got going into the series. We already have a 2-0 lead here. I mean, it's going to be an absolutely crazy next few minutes. This could be a longer series. But as we see that ball sneaking by, and it is going to go in. I couldn't quite tell at first. And that right there is going to be the first goal on the board for Bad Intentions. And that's how you build that momentum for your team to get back in this game and maybe be able to take game one.
Oh, that's, you know, you just love to see it, especially because, like I said, it's always that first goal, but it looks as though everyone is dead. There's an absolute morgue, and it's going to be a stop at the plate. Asking Alexandria literally killed pretty much everyone on the court. Like, that was, like, the freest goal. You do not see goals that are freer than that. And he just, like, I don't even know what happened there. He just kind of forced it. Like I said, when you're the runner, you should be able to kind of, like, bobber a little bit, kind of get a little bit of pull, maybe stutter step, and then run into the goal. But he just, like, threw himself through the window. That was some Josh Allen level stuff.
Yeah, absolutely right. You are there 100% as we see this ball squeaking around in mid. It's actually, that was kind of a crazy play there. Asking Alexandra being able to just step forward. I think it was Shrek, grabs the ball, throws it back, and is like, you know what? This isn't yours anymore. We're going to take this. We're going to go away because this is our game, damn it. We are going to win it. And here we are as that ball is stuck a little in the corner. A big sword play coming out, and that ball's right back in the hands of Bad Intentions.
Oh yeah, no, Bad Intentions. Honestly, one of the players that I'm actually really excited to see play because he's improved so much. Bungo Pungo, dude, Mungo Pungo back in the day. If you don't know, it's kind of a meme, and he is actually pretty good at this game. He's won a championship. He's actually he's really good actually in this game. He's pretty solid.
Absolutely, that he is pretty solid is the way I would put it for sure.
Yeah, and it looks as though it's going to be Bad Intentions with the ball. A little bit of a mishap. There kind of seemed to be an exchanging of hands there. But Bad Intentions currently has the ball in the middle of the court right now. They're trying to get this neutral game on their side. Papa Snipes is going to get a kill. Mungo with a massive neutral, massive ball lunge punch right there, or a sword lunge punch right there. And honestly, that kind of saved the day a little bit. That play is like one of those plays that is going to be kind of forgotten, but that was actually really good by them to kind of just maintain some sort of court presence. But they will start to, you know, follow back here. Currently in that corner, they need to do something here. We could see a pass back to that left side, so you might see a defender start to pull to that left to try to take care of the pass, but it looks as though the ball carrier will just flat out lose it in that corner as Hell's Angel is going to pass it to Shrek. An exchanging of hands here. Infection is currently running it. He's not going to look for Hell's Angel in this instance, as Infection is not doing particularly good at tanking right now. So I can kind of see why they switched the hands. That seems to be kind of a tradition in Grifball is put the worst tanking player on runner. I disagree with it, but hey, sometimes it works.
Well, I mean, yeah, sometimes just that sword trade, right? The sword trade aspect, and from my understanding, less of an impact now, say, than in Halo Reach, even a little Halo 3 in there. But I mean, sometimes that's the play, is if you're not doing, even if you're the best tank on the team, if you're not doing the damage you need to with that gravity hammer, switch it up. Pull out the sword. Go after that ball carrier, because all it takes is one good lunge and you could change the entire tide of the game.
But I like the way this is played here by Bad Intentions. They're kind of just containing them, not allowing any sort of real estate to be taken up onside the map. Necessary Evil, they're kind of a little spread out thin, but Hell's Angel's on it. Hell's Angel is currently on a breakaway. That burnout speed right there. He isn't Deshaun Jackson in this case, but he's going to just try to get that one-on-one, that discipline there. He's going to run it. Phenomenal play by Hell's Angel as he just, like I said, the stutter step, the unpredictable movement there, he was able to, like, that should, I guarantee you most runners or most people who aren't familiar with running the ball would not have done that. They would have passed it back, or they would have, floundered. But that discipline, the unpredictable movement, great play by Hell's Angel right there.
Right. Well, and I mean, kind of like you're saying there, I mean, it takes an experienced runner, right? We call the runner the quarterback sometimes, the person who's calling it out, telling people where to run. But also they got to have the eyes to see that play come into fruition. They got to see that run, that punch, what have you, to be able to take it home. And here we are with two members of Asking Alexandria, going down, and 4 strong tanks running this ball in. Can we see it? And it is able to walk right in. Ladies and gentlemen, they're down, but not out. We see Bad Intentions grabbing a second goal here, making this a 3-2 game. We're still playing Grifball, baby.
No, honestly, Bad Intentions really needed that. When you're down 3-1, like I said, every goal matters. So when you get that goal, it does a tremendous amount for your team. It builds morale, and it also, this is a game of momentum. So if you're able to build momentum, I've seen teams who were down 4-0 as another pass miscommunication there by Shrek, but Shrek somehow winds up with the ball. What a crazy play there. Honestly, I would really love to see a replay of that, because I have no idea what the hell just happened there. That was really cool. What? I don't even know how he got the ball. It looked like a miscommunication there, but somehow Shrek ended up with the ball and scored it, and now they're on match point.
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, match point here. Asking Alexandria just needs one good run to take this home. Bad Intentions needs to stop them where they stand, but we do see that ball on that side, and they're gonna start moving it up, and they're gonna start trying to make a play here, but death's going out on either side. Mutual's here, Mutual's there. It is just chaos as we're seeing this. Not quite sure what that was. I didn't see that ball even leak out, but it looks like they're going to be able to take that goal. As I was saying it, they're down, but not out. Bad Intentions able to put one more on the board. What a play there to be able to sneak that one home.
Dude, the absolute sandwich there, but it looks as though Asking Alexandria is looking to make a rebuttal as they just get the pro run. Dude, that was a really good play, and it looks as though Asking Alexandria is here to stay. If they get the first game of the series, that was a fun game. I feel like that was a lot more fun, and I got the whole thing wrong there. I saw a lot of pass plays. I was not expecting that. I was expecting like a long slugging tank match, but we actually saw some like really cool plays there. Honestly, this is a really good matchup.
Yeah, no, I mean, that last goal is absolutely savage the way that came out. I mean, the absolute pro run off the freaking tip. I mean, those are the plays you hope for, right? You're sitting there like, today, I'm coming in, and I'm going to play this the right way. I'm going to get those clutch plays. I mean, that was the clutch plays. That's what you'd be hoping to see, and that's how you win it for your team. What a good feeling to end that game. We're going to take a look at some of the stats here. I mean, what's your number one stat here that led Asking Alexandria to win this game?
It was kind of just like a consistent performance. Honestly, I hate for the cop out, but hey,
the goals. They won the game. I feel like the way they scored is sustainable. I feel like they worked really well together to get those goals. Like in the last series, we saw a lot of just kind of the lucky goals a little bit, or kind of opportunistic goals where it was like, oh, someone dropped the ball, let me grab it. score. Oh, someone misplayed. We're going to capitalize off that. In that game, we saw a lot more like tactical play. Honestly, in particular, the Hell's Angel goal where he breaks away on the right side and then stutter steps on the plate in the 1v1 and scores it was class. It was beautiful. You can't draw up a better play.
I mean, right you are. I mean, I couldn't say it better myself. I mean, those are the plays you're setting up, right? That's why you work well as a team, is because you can do stuff like that. And I mean, what a hell of a game overall, but what a good way for Asking Alexandria to go up in this series 1-0. I mean, it's a best of 3, so that's got to feel good. If you're on the side of Asking Alexandria right now, you're feeling really good going into game number 2. But you got to remember, it's not done yet. The job's not done. There's still a lot of Griff left to play here. So at the end of the day, you got to check yourself, get ready to run back into this next game like it's game number 1. 0-0 Grifball in the brain.
Yeah, you really got to treat every single like round as if it's 0-0. Flame and Chicken, we talked about some of the Europeans. Flame and Chicken used to always say that in every single game. It's like, guys, it's 0-0. That's all it is. Zero. It doesn't matter if you're down 4-0. It doesn't matter if you're up 0-0, because it just keeps the mind fresh, and it also keeps you in the mindset of, play to your advantage. Don't be overly aggressive. Don't be passive. Just play when the opportunity presents itself. Don't play to lose, play to win,
Yeah, no, I mean, exactly. It's the right mindset, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I think most sports are, especially esports, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's all mental, right? If you're chalked, if you're not playing well, you're gonna lose the game. If you're there, you're present and you're ready and hungry, that's what's gonna be the difference maker. Being able to calm your team down. I mean, that at the end of the day is a good captain, is able to ring in your team, right? Be able to be like, you know what, guys, here's what we need to do. 0-0 game. Let's get out there. Let's get 1-2 kills, whatever we need to do. Let's get that grapple. Let's set up these plays, get that throw so that we can, take 1-2 goals right off the beginning. And I mean, that's the difference maker. If I'm on the side of bad intentions, that's what I'm doing right now as we're waiting for this game number 2, is I'm getting ready to go into this game 2 with a lot of vigor. Look for those extra plays, change it up a little bit. Don't let Asking Alexandria see it coming. And that's what we need to see here. If they're going to come back in the series, come back. And I mean, it's still possible to win it. It's still possible to win it.
Yeah, I think we're seeing is this a substitution on bad intentions? Am I seeing, in the year of our Lord 2024, Priest XYZ, Halo Reach running God coming in instead of Necessary Evil? My eyes deceive me?
Yeah. I mean, that right there is something that we're set up to do. And I really love that, because this is the finals, right? This is leave it all out on the court, Grifball. And if you think you can, as a captain, make a change to be able to take your team into the finals here, I mean, do it. Absolutely. I mean, I would love to see that in an HCS match personally, where they have a 5th player they can toss out instead, pull Formal off that stage. But it's really going to be fun to see how that plays into this here in 2024 Grifball. I mean, that's an absolutely insane play. Let's see if it pulls out. I mean, it's Priest. That there's going to be a good play there.
Well, I like Priest as a runner because, I mean, historically, Priest has always been more of a fundamental route running runner. I mean, those are kind of my preferred runner. I mean, everyone loves like the easy 08s that are just hyper aggressive, get the punches, and those are great runners because they are absolute game wreckers. But when you have someone who could route run, who's absolutely making everyone look silly constantly, I mean, Priest is definitely probably a far cry from how he used to be. He's definitely a little bit out of his prime, no offense. But back in the day, I mean, even towards when I first came in Halo 4, this guy has always been the guy, the textbook, do things the right way type runner. But yeah, interesting change, I will say.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think this is going to be, I mean, I'm hoping for best of 3s, right? I'm hoping that we take this to the best of 3.
Oh, for sure.
I want to see bad intentions come back into this. I'll be honest. Call me biased. Call me whatever you need to call me. But I want to see that game 3 come out here. And I think if this is the change that we need to see that happen, that's perfect. And I cannot wait to see if that's going to be the difference maker today. Let's look at this lineup one more time. What are your 3 things this next game that Bad Intentions needs to do to get back into this one?
I think with Bad Intentions, you just kind of got to, I mean, they're trying to play a very fundamental style play. You have the tanking line. I think what you need is you just need to pick up from your runner. You need someone who is going to run the ball effectively. And again, going back to it, play not to lose. Don't do that. Just play to win, take the opportunities, because you're at this point where you need to make those plays or you're just out. and this is where the playoffs, are at their best, is when people are playing to win and are actively being proactive in trying to actually make the play.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said it better. I mean, that's exactly it, right? That's what you're looking for. That's what you want to be able to put together. But it doesn't always come together like that, and that's what we're going to need to see here is everything come into fruition, right? Come into scope here. If you're on the side of bad intentions, you're ready to leave it all out on the court. We're going to be getting into this any second here. Before we do, we're going to run one more quick little of the new Grifball advertisement. So I hope you guys like it. We'll be right back with more final Grifball action here right after this. Get in on the action and get hammered at playgriffball.org.
How can I forget you? Skin to skin, I bet you are feeling just the way I do. Vibing on the dance floor, show me your intention. I like it when you follow through. I want you to stay right here. I want you to stay right here. We got the fire and we burn it up. We got the fire.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us. We are coming back ready to play. I believe the game is all sorted out, all ready to go. I still got Addison here with me, and we're gonna be getting some of this Grifball going. I cannot wait. Addison, are you ready for game number 2 in this series with Asking Alexandra up 1-0 over Bad Intentions?
Yeah, no, I'm ready. Honestly, these games, pretty fire. I was not expecting, like, I saw the finals last year, or like last season, I should say, and they didn't even come close to how exciting these games have been. So, and with the pre-switch up, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I am really excited for that pre-switch. Don't get me wrong. I think that's going to be an absolutely, game-changing play for him. Like I was kind of saying before, if you have to change it up, you have to change it up. Now, obviously, you don't want to be the player that's getting changed up for, but if you're a Priest, what is going through your mind right now, kind of getting brought in here in the 11th hour for your team?
So, Priest is a veteran. Like, I was talking about how Infection has been here for 10 plus. Dude, Priest was in the hieroglyphs of Grifball, dude. This guy has been around for a century, it feels like, dude. He is made for this type of stuff. He's probably, like I said, he's probably nowhere near as good as he used to be, but it's still exciting. You still love to see it. So I think this change really adds a little bit more experience. I mean, Necessary Evil has also been here for a really long time, but dude, it's Priest. I mean,
yeah,
you gotta love yourself some Priest.
Absolutely, always gotta love yourself some Priest. And I am getting word that it looks like actually Evil had to go get his kid from a sports event, or go to his kid's sports event. So I mean, actually, all day long, this might be the change they needed, but it was for such a good reason. You gotta love the guy. I mean, that's a hell of a play. You gotta choose your kids over Grifball, even if you don't want to, right? So we're gonna be seeing this here with Priest coming in to save the day. A little bit different dialogue than we thought, but that's totally fine, because it could be right in the 11th hour at the right time to brank this home, because we're coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2, Asking Alexandra is up 1-0 in the series. Can we see Bad Intentions come back and tie this up, take us to a game 3, or are we gonna see Asking Alexandra win the game, win it all, and go up against Chemical Imbalance?
It's gonna be exciting as we're getting into the tip off, and it's gonna be kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. As we see it here, it's just a standard tip off type of strategy here. As Infection just dives head first, as people are just falling down, dying. It looks as though it's gonna be in the hands of Asking Alexandria, as they're gonna pass the ball back off. No one's picking it up, but they kind of have a push here.
Yeah, right you are. That ball ready to go. We see that play setting up, and this is actually like one of my favorite moments of Grifball, as you see that play slow down. You see everybody kind of pull back to a better position, get those tanks out in front of them, and really start to get this play, kind of into view there, as we see Asking Alexandra still just holding that ball and controlling this game. We're going to see if they are able to do something with it here, as Priest does not connect with that hammer, and it's going to be Asking Alexandra able to keep moving that ball.
And it's actually Infection with the ball. He is super aggressive, but he will go down. He will get punished for it, as Fancy goes into the stratosphere. As they throw the ball back, it's going to be back into the hands of Infection. He's been kind of the runner here. So, you kind of like to see it. I mean, Shrek, you kind of need Shrek on the line. And if Hells is, doing better than Infection, actually, they kind of got like a weird committee going on. This is interesting. But so far, it's not looking particularly well for Asking Alexandria.
Oh,
this is not very good.
Hell's there with a beautiful hammer stop. Could have still gone for that tech, but first gets the hammer stop, able to get that ball out there for his team. I mean, that was a great play, right? All of your nerves are going to say, wait, get what I need to, get this kill, keep moving, but is able to first, take that second, that ball's thrown to the plate, and that ball's going to be pulled out there. Wow, what a play there by Bad Intentions to get that ball the hell away from the goal. We don't need that there. Let's get it to the corner, even if we don't do anything with it for now. And here we are as we see kills coming out. Shrek with 1. He's hopping up and over. Can he get the 2? No, it didn't hit, and he goes down. That is 3 dead for Asking Alexandra.
Oh, you know what I thought was really impressive there is a kind of a tidbit about what Asking Alexandria does with their positioning. Their positioning is so purposeful. It's honestly kind of like they turn like really broken plays into phenomenal plays. Like even though they didn't really get what they wanted there with Shrek on the plate, as it looks as though Bad Intentions is just sandwiching them as they're enclosing on this goal. But again, the lack of discipline on the goal line, it's back into the hands of Asking Alexandria, and this is not a team you want holding the ball. They are going to choke you out. They are such an aggressive, powerful team, and they're going to punish you for every time they have. I mean, we saw it last game. They will punish you if they have the possession for long enough.
Oh, absolutely. And as you say there, I mean, not only is it a team you don't want holding the ball, but it's not a team you want to be able to give up points on the goal line because they're going to capitalize on that, right? And if you're not, that's how they're going to run away with this game. If you're able to break that defense and get the ball to the goal line, you got to make sure that ball gets home because how many chances like that are you even going to get? I mean, it's not easy to break that line. You got to make sure you're capitalizing when you do.
So I really love the positioning here, though, by Asking Alexandria. They kind of have the runner on the opposite side, pulling two different people, and they have an absolute blunder of a launch right there. And right now, Asking Alexandria is cooking way too hard right now, but they are just like, who knows what they're doing as Priest misses the chance to pick up that ball. Priest currently maintains possession for Bad Intentions there, as they are just trying to get their tanks up to get a push going. Mungo Pungo is currently the only anchor. You just need to buy enough time to allow your tanks to come up and then re-begin that push. But honestly, getting way too fancy from Asking Alexandria. They're playing with their food a little bit. Maybe that's a little bit of hubris, you know? Hey, there's a difference between, being bold and reckless, you know? It's a little scary on Asking Alexandria's part.
Speaking of being fancy with it, Fancy Pants able to get the triple kill there, and now we're seeing that ball leak out. It's better to give up the ball than give it to the enemy team right there on your goal line. So here we are, ball back in the hands of Asking Alexandria. We see one or two deaths go out, but we see a big kill on Infection, and that ball's going to squirt all the way back to the Asking Alexandria goal line. And here we are, the stalemate continues.
Oh yeah, no, these guys have been going back and forth, but I have to bring it up. Asking Alexandria is using positioning to their advantage. This team is playing 4D chess. We have not seen that so far in these series, but Asking Alexandria is so purposeful as the route is coming in. Fanciest Pants currently the last man standing, and like I said, getting that one kill is super massive because now the push is dead, and now it's neutral game. You know, neutral game is where people, this is where people make their money. As Grunt Padre is currently working up that right side, but will fall down. Hell's Angel currently trying to be the anchor. This is a scary position. You're going against Priest and Fancy on that right side as they're going to rotate to the left side. Shrek is absolutely pulling two different people right now. The eye candy is insane. Shrek is pulling an absolute blunder, double kill on both Hells and Shrek on that left side. Any sort of push is completely eliminated there on that double kill.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see that ball once again go back. I mean, this is a totally different Bad Intentions team than we saw last game. I mean, they are holding that line stronger. They're winning those pivotal 1v1s and making sure they stay up. Even if you're on the goal line, as long as you make the stop and the enemy team isn't scoring, that's what you want to see. And here we are, Bad Intentions may not have the most ball time in this game, but they're not letting Asking Alexandria get an inch, take a mile, nothing of the sort, as we see another little back and forth there. The ball still in the hands of Asking Alexandria.
Oh, for sure. Right now, this is actually some really good play by both teams, being very, like I said, very spaghetti. I mean, I feel like Asking Alexandria, I actually saw that a little bit more from an Infection-based team. Infection and Hells played last season together, and they won the championship, from my understanding. And not only did they win, they also had, like, a lot of plays where they were kind of goofing around. Infection likes to have fun, dude. He likes to have fun here, you know? So, they're doing a lot of goofy stuff right now, and it seems goofy right now, but when they actually get the plays rolling, it's going to be exciting. As right now, it looks as though Bad Intentions is starting to smack the goofy smirk off their face, but right now it looks as though Bad Intentions is in a very dire spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good place to be here as we see that ball just keep getting pushed back and back as well. You know, a couple of kills going out there. I think that's 3 kills there. 3 the other way now. My goodness, back and forth. Fancy Pants taking 2 of them. I mean, such a back and forth. It's hard to even say that one team is coming out on top or not here. I mean, they've been scary moments for both sides, but I mean, at the end of the day, this has been a real good stalemate, a real good mid-ground match where we haven't seen anybody be able to capitalize on the other team's mistakes because for one, there haven't been that many, and the ones that have been recoverable mistakes. So we're still going to see this here as this ball is still stuck out in mid. These tank lines holding strong, but we see someone wrapping around the outside, and that's going to go down for the ball carrier. That ball flown back to Mungo Pungo. Bad Intentions are able to hold on to that ball.
Honestly, I would like to make a quick point that asking Alexandria in terms of the KD spread is not actually winning the KD battle. And that goes back to that positioning side of things where, you know, Papa Snipes, I mean, it's not super, you know, like the gap isn't massive, but Fanciest Pants currently plus 14 on the game. He is making his presence felt. But we've seen teams like One Hit Wonders absolutely win while going massively negative. So this is really impressive that Asking Alexandria is going negative, but also keeping this game really, really close.
Yeah, no, I mean, right you are there. I mean, what I'm seeing here is this. Maybe not the first couple of minutes of this game, but we're 8 minutes into point number 1 in game 2. And Bad Intentions for the last 3-4 minutes look like they've been controlling the game. I mean, ball time is back in their favor. They're making the plays, getting the kills, starting to move up. But we see that grapple come out and is able to escape it. I mean, this is the running you expect to see out of, you know, these high-level players. And another sword push, and that ball is able to go back over. I believe that was Infection, not Infection, that was able to pick it up. And we have a push going the other way here. Could it be? The ball stopped on the goal line, not once but twice. It's still laying out there. Fancy Pants hovering over the ball. Oh my goodness.
Dude, honestly, that's what I'm talking about in the goal line situations. You usually saw, even in this series so far, we've seen Asking Alexandria actually do better than most people on the goal line stance. But right now, they're losing the ball on their end of the court. Bad Intentions just trying to salvage whatever push that they have here. But dude, don't force it. Dude, just let your tanks cook. You had the advantage there. I just don't see the reason. Like, the risk-reward, like, ratio is just completely out of whack. I don't know why you go for that.
Ball squeaked out mid, laying by itself. Finally picked up. That ball starting to move back to the team here. Ball back in the hands of Mungo Pungo. Let's see what he can do with it as we see just this tanking line gets set up. And this right here is what I love to see. But oh my goodness, not a good start for the tanking line. Papa Snipe's able to get one, but that ball stuck back down in the corner. Goes out in front to Priest. Priest has got the ball. Let's see what Priest can do.
Oh, yeah, no, Priest has currently got the ball right now. They're getting shoved into that locker. Get them in the locker. Get them in the locker. They are not allowing any ground. Shrek is working that spawn, currently putting them in a position nightmare as Fancy Pants has to move up on the right side of the court. But it looks as though the mispositioning by Asking Alexandria might result in a goal. You have to be disciplined there, Priest. You can't force the goal. Again, the lack of discipline, but they are going to get the rebound and put it back up for a score.
Wow.
Great play.
Wow, absolutely there at Bad Intentions. I mean, that was a 9+. I might have even hit 10-minute there point, and we're able to see, I mean, holding into that, not getting griefed, that 1, 2, 3, 5 chances didn't go your way, and then all of a sudden, I mean, you're up on the scoreboard 1-0. I mean, that's huge to be able to, you know, just stick it out mentally, and here we are seeing a 1-0 game here in game number 2. Bad Intentions up 1-0. Let's see if Asking Alexandria can answer back, or Bad Intentions gonna take this one home.
Oh, what a crazy pass on goal! Like, I mean, I feel like I see the play. They're almost they're being very, very proactive, and they're really putting a lot of trust in their teammates. And you love to see it. And already from the adjustments, it seems like Bad Intentions, though they've had a little bit of moments where they didn't look very good. I do feel like Priest running the ball has been a tiny bit more consistent, you know, a little bit more reliable. But it seems as though Alexandria, again, just get the kills where you can get them. Shrek goes down. That basically costed them the chance to score right there. Is that if Shrek stays alive just a little bit longer, we're looking at an Asking Alexandria goal. So bad death.
Yeah, I mean, and that's all it takes, right? One bad death, one bad play, one bad move around an enemy, and you see it going in the hands of the other team. So, I mean, that's really what it is minimizing, you know, how often you mess up and not letting the other team capitalize when you do. And then on the other end, same thing. You got to wait for the other team. Play this stalemate. Just wait for one mistake from the other team, and then you step up, you capitalize on it, you take it home, and that's how you win these games, especially against the high-level players that we're seeing out here today. I mean, Clash of the Titans, as I've said 100 times, you can't make those little mistakes.
Oh no, not at all. And I think with your when you're that's the thing about being a runner itself, is that you dictate the pacing of the game. You have to control your tanks, and you determine on whether or not, because even if your tanks are being really aggressive, if you're way too far back, you're not able to capitalize there. So you're the ultimate decider on whether or not the pacing of the offense goes in your way. And so if you are the runner, you know, like, making runner adjustments is huge. It can really change the outcome of the game.
Ball back, waiting to start moving up this court here. Lots of tanks going down on your side. I mean, if you're a runner in this situation, you're not loving seeing your tanks come up, go down, come up, go down. And Bad Intentions finally starting to move out of this corner. I mean, this ball run is coming in clutch here as we see Priest start moving around people. Start that weave. Get the teammates to kill each other on the other team. That's what you want to see, as we see a huge punch by Priest. He thinks he might have an angle, but he's going to be trapped in the corner, but still gets the melee, is able to stay up miraculously, and is going to just run back behind Fancy as we see another kill, make that maybe 2 here from Fancy Pants. All of Asking Alexander's tanks are back up though, and Priest is going to have to restart this push.
Oh, yeah, no, what a crazy play there. That was a good stretch of game there. Right now, I mean, Priest is kind of making the tempo of the game entirely. I mean, even last series and last game, very, very quick pace. This game is very slow. This has been a grind fest. So this is going to come down to who can keep the ball up longer, as it looks as though Asking Alexandria is going to get that play. Shrek is currently in the skies getting a double kill, and all 3 tanks are up. You have to show a little bit of discipline. Great neutral, and it looks as though it's going to be a goal for Asking Alexandria as they take it to a 1-1.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there was a triple kill they're seeing on the plate. Anytime you can get a triple kill on the goal line on the plate, I mean, that's what you're looking for to bring your team, you know, back into this and tie it up. And you gotta love to see it. Those are the basics we're talking about. That is day one Grifball, and that's how you take advantage of a mistake and make it a 1-1 game.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think in terms of just kind of going back to just being a runner, it's like, it's that discipline. Just sometimes you gotta let your tanks tank. You know, like oftentimes we see a lot with runners where they get overly aggressive, and you know, there's a time and place for that. But when you got tanks, you just gotta let them ride. But it's the route running a little bit here, right there. Great play. The advantage. It's a 2v1 on plate, and the way he was able to kind of like do that little stutter step and get a swing in, and then just bowl true it into the goal. Great play by Asking Alexandria right there as it goes to 2-1.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Bad Intentions, you're hoping you're not seeing a replay of last game here, as that goal is back to back with their last one. I mean, that's a scary set of plays here as we see them start to fire it up, and maybe this could be the heat they find, but the ball is momentarily in the hands of Bad Intentions, but back to Asking Alexandria now as we see that turnover. And I mean, you can't let that happen. And Asking Alexandria is going to be able to start running that ball up. They're back and forth right in front, and the ball goes down again on the plate. I mean, 1, 2, 7 of those happening so far this game. It's absolutely crazy that the ball's right there. You want to be able to tag it home for your team, and you just can't quite get the hand on it.
Oh no, yeah, that is you hate to see that. I think in that instance, I don't think it was like a lack of goal line discipline. I feel like that was the right play to make, and even when it's the right play, you know, it could be a 90% play. There's still that 10% that's not going to go the way you want it to, and I feel like that was the right decision. It just didn't work out for them in that instance. So you hate to see it if you're Asking Alexandria right there.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. This game now is tighter than ever, because I still think Bad Intentions overall so far this game, they felt like they're in control, right? They've been doing these runs, and Priest has been able to duck and weave and dive, dodge, all the things he needs to do. But at the end of the day, it's Asking Alexandria that's been able to capitalize on those small mistakes, bring it home, put the ball in, and not drop it right there on the goal line, and that's been the difference maker. Like you said, you can be losing in the kills, losing in the slays, but still win the game, and that's what we might see Asking Alexandria do here to take home the series.
And I feel like that's a lot of the skill gap and a lot of the learning curve is understanding when to leave players behind. And like asking Alexandria again, like I have to kind of stroke that positioning. Like their positioning has actually been really stellar. Look at that, dude. Shrek is pulling 3 people. This is not where you want us to be as the bad intentions, as it looks as though that asking Alexandria just collected so much of the real estate. They are absolutely running monopoly on this field right now. As they get the punch, it's going to be right there. It looks like as though it was the fumble. A good rebound. Everyone is dying, but right now somehow asking Alexandria is still in the power play as they get a massive defensive punch there. They're currently on all ends, respectively. It looks as though the runner is just trying to find some sort of an opportunity. Right here, you have to be very disciplined as they're going to transition the ball carrier over to the left side. But look at that pull. They're putting way too much focus on Grunt Padre. Your Grunt, is the fourth, or maybe the third or the fourth best player on this team. And, dude, you can't have 3 people just focused on him. But with Shrek, it's understandable. This positioning is great right now.
And Shrek made that play before. We might be seeing him do it again as he gets a kill there out in midfield. Make that 2. We're seeing this ball start to move up right on the back of Shrek, sneaking behind the enemy team. That's twice now they let him do it. And that ball's getting closer. Can we see it? We get kills right on the plate, and that's going to be a goal. Asking Alexandra, taking their 3rd goal. Could this be the start of them running away with it? We will see. But oh my goodness, what a play. I mean, that was textbook. That's what you want to see. That was championship Grifball.
Oh, that was a really great play. Asking Alexandria is just charting the focus up. They realize that they are the better team here, and they're just trying to prove it in any way possible, as they currently have won this skirmish rather, but a massive series of kills there on the mid side of the court as Bad Intentions is just clamoring for that ball as they finally get it in the possession of Priest. So right now, it looks as though, okay, a nice defensive punch by Priest. He's still got it. He's still showing that he has it. Right now, with Bad Intentions, this is make or break. So from my understanding, I'm seeing a lot more playmaking on Bad Intentions side than I was expecting. But even then, it's like this is a team that wants to win through attrition. And great double kill right there. You just killed their best player in Shrek. And this is getting really close, but it's back into the neutral state.
Yeah, and right there, if you're Priest, that's absolutely scary. You look, you turn over your shoulder, and there's 4 members of Asking Alexandra running right at you. Thankfully for them, they all ended up going down. He's able to keep this ball up, and a new push is formed, but oh boy, you're clenching there seeing 4 members of Asking Alexandra with their hammers out and ready. I mean, the kit is hot. They're ready to go get it. And now what I want to see here, if I'm Bad Intentions, start using that sandbox. Let's get a little bit different play here. I mean, you're losing the Grifball battle. So let's start to see that Halo Infinite Grifball come into play. Grab that grapple, grab that repulse. Let's see some launches, and let's see you really use the sandbox to your advantage here.
Yeah, even if you're not very good with the utility, you still want it out. It's kind of like in traditional Halo. Like, just because you're not the best sniper, if you have the sniper in your possession, you can drain the sniper. It's better in your hands than it is in the enemy's team's hands. So if you're able to maintain the utility battle, that could really do a lot more of an impact. And that, I think it adds a little bit more nuance to the game because, historically with Grifball not having shot clocks and stuff, the games can get grueling to watch at times. But with the utility, it makes it a little bit more interesting. You got to focus on it a little bit more.
Absolutely. Ball still in the hands of Priest. Like we're saying, it's hard to believe this is a 3-1 game here in favor of Asking Alexandra because it feels like Priest and Bad Intentions have had control of this ball all game. And as we say that, the root is coming into fruition. He's able to walk it past as Grunt Padre goes down on the side. And ladies and gentlemen, they're not out yet. We have a 3-2 game as we're moving into the next point.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick, Fanciest Pants is currently He's on a spree. This guy has been killing it. Right now, he is at a +30. Right now it looks as though it's another goal for Bad Intentions. The entire momentum is starting to swing in Bad Intentions' favor right there, as it's currently 3-3. This is a really close matchup, and I feel like these guys are, they always say matchups make everything, like especially in UFC, the play styles make fights, and I feel like stylistically, these two teams are way more exciting than I was expecting going into it.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like you're saying there. I mean, it's hard to say what's going to happen going into the game, but what we've seen here is Bad Intentions able to keep that control, not get discouraged, even though it feels like you've been leading this game and you've been the front runner, but you're still down by 2 goals to be able to keep the mentals up and be able to come back into this game, tie it up. I mean, that right there is a big hats off to these players. That's why they are here, is because not only do they have the talent in the thumbs, but they have the talent in the brain to be able to keep up with the pressure. Priest with a beautiful punch there, able to walk around a couple of his teammates here, but all members of Bad Intentions go down, but Priest, he's going to have to run it back.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. And right now, it looks as though Bad Intentions currently holding the part of the court that they need the most is that goal line stand. Just be disciplined as they get the goal that they need, and they're currently on match point. Asking Alexandria, you do not want to be in this situation. It's match point. You won the first game of the series, but you need to start getting a little bit more serious. Start getting the mindset right, and I feel like they really shouldn't be losing like this, but Priest making the difference here.
I mean, what is that? 3 goals scored in the last 5 minutes here when we didn't see a single goal. And as I'm talking, I didn't see it happen. Not quite a pro run, but close. They say, no. This is our championship match. We're making this 4-4. Here we are, ladies and gents. We're playing Grifball.
Yeah, we want to see, I mean, regardless of who you are, you want to see this game go. But right now, okay, I kind of was a little disoriented there, but you do want to see this go to a game 3. So, I mean, match point, either team, this is 0-0 Grifball for all I know. Like, all I care at this point. So it's just like, anything's possible. Any mistake, you will get punished for it, because this is make or break here,
Especially if you're Bad Intentions. It looks as though they're currently on the above side of this court here. They currently maintain the possession of the utility, as right now they're going to get the punch. All 3 are alive for Asking Alexandria, and it's finito. It's over. Bad Intentions has been eliminated from the playoffs, and Asking Alexandria will move on to the finals.
Yeah.
This is going to be hype. This is fun, as we currently Asking Alexandria, I can't get over. Just like, they played really, I mean, in that second game, they were a little bit shaky, but they look good. They look like they could take this. So that was fun. That was a good series.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I definitely didn't see that game going to a 4-4. I think every game so far today has been a 4-4. I mean, absolutely insane, man. If you're Bad Intentions there, you're not going down without a fight. You're coming back. You're getting into this game. You want to take it home. Priest wants to live up to what the sacrifice was and take it home for his team. And Priest played out of his pants today. And speaking of, so did Fancy Pants that game. I mean, we're going to dive into the stats here in a second. And oh my goodness, Fancy.
Plus 42.
Whew, the Wheaties were eaten this morning. My goodness, 112 and 80 there for Fancy Pants.
Plus 32. I mean, it goes to show. I mean, we've seen that before. There used to be the Griff Cup back in like the old Halo 4 days where it was, I believe it was Suit and Tie versus Watch and Awe. And Watch and Awe, they didn't believe the Griff Cup, but they went like massive neg, but they kept it competitive the entire game. I mean, going positive, it's a benefit, and you want to go positive. You want to be killing more than you're dying, but it's not the end all be all. If you got some playmakers and you got good positioning, you will win regardless. So that was a statement game for Asking Alexandria there.
And as we're talking about those stat lines specifically for Fancy Pants having a 9-kill killing spree, I mean, we've talked about that too. Again, being alive for 9 kills while your team's got the ball is absolutely insane. But to double that there with being able to do it all at once, no deaths, that is a difference maker. And it's hard to see, if you're on that side, that Fancy wasn't able to bring it home for his team. But ladies and gentlemen, Asking Alexandria is going to be taking this one. I mean, crazy. Our finals, ladies and gentlemen, have come down to it. It's going to be Asking Alexandria versus Chemical Imbalance. I mean, this is the Titans. This is the clash we've been looking for. And we're going to be seeing all this when we come back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here. You're watching the 2024 Season 3 of Halo Infinite Grifball. We're seeing it all played out here. All the marbles are today, ladies and gentlemen. So don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick bio break. We're going to get this new lobby set up. But when we come back, fun games in Grifball right after this. Don't go anywhere. Get in on the action and get hammered at playgrifball.org.
Greatest enemy. Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough.
Where? Where's the beat?
Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, How can I forget you? Skin to skin, I bet you are feeling just the way I do. Vibing on the dance floor, show me your intention. I like it when you follow through. I want you to stay right here. I want you to stay right here. We got the fire and we burn it up. We got the fire.
Get in on the action and get hammered at playgrifball.org.
Follow through. I want you to stay, baby. Baby, it's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night.
Get in on the action and get hammered at playgriffball.org.
Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you.
Welcome back, everybody. You're tuned into the 2024 Season 3 Halo Infinite Grifball Finals, baby. We're hopping right in to these grand finals here in just a moment. I mean, what are we looking at here? Asking Alexandria, chemical imbalance. Addison, what are we looking for?
I am looking for a whole lot of what I saw last game from Asking Alexandria. Like I said, the position, phenomenal. I am hoping that Chemical and Sab do what they did in the last series that they played, where Chemical was just demanding all the attention and Sab just being a little rat. So I'm hoping to see some fun, some volatility here.
Just a wee bit of volatility makes the world go round, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, baby, I'm excited. It's gonna be a good one. I believe we are getting into this game any second here. Chemical Imbalance, Asking Alexandra, both won their series 2-0 here to start the tournament. So, I mean, they were both 5-4 games, but they were both sweeps. Do you think we're gonna see another sweep here, or do you think we're gonna be seeing this going to a game 5?
Honestly, I mean, I'm going to be a little bit of bias here, but I genuinely think Asking Alexandria is going to, like, I have faith in them as a team. And maybe it's just because I think that, you know, with Chemical Imbalance not having their, you know, the declick here, I genuinely believe this could kind of nerfs them a little bit. And Asking Alexandria, like, they have the chemistry, and what we've seen from them in that last series, I'm assuming they've been doing that all season long, considering that they're here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I think they're going to just run away with this. I don't think we're going to see Game 5. If we do, I've never got to be a part of a Game 5 in Grifball history because this is kind of a newer thing.
Ooh, baby, it's gonna be fun. You love to see that best of series up for this grand finals. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is for all the marbles. No marbles left after this. Chemical Imbalance, Asking Alexandra, they're here to clash and come out on top. We could see it all be done here in 3 games, or we could see a battle back and forth all the way to 5. We could be here for hours. It'll be so much fun. All the Grifball, all the action. It's time to get hammered, ladies and gentlemen. Any second now, we'll be getting into this game, getting this started. Addison, what are going to be the top 3 things, in your opinion, that either team needs to do to take this one home?
I think right now it's just minimizing mistakes. Like, I think, you know, even though, at least from the perspective of Chemical Imbalance, I think you really have to this is a team. I mean, you do not want the ball in the possession of Asking Alexandria because they are going to punish you for it. They are able to make plays at any given amount of time. They will turn a play that looks spaghetti into absolute beauty. So I think minimizing those mistakes. But in terms of Asking Alexandria, just making sure that those plays that you're going to go for are shooting at about 80% success rate. If you can crank that number up, you're good.
Absolutely. One last look at the roster before we get in. But hammers up. We're locked. We're loaded. We're ready to go. It's time for championship Grifball off the line. Here we go. Asking Alexandria versus Chemical Imbalance. You've seen it here. You've seen it maybe somewhere else, but I doubt it because here we are. It's the most invigorating game with two hammers and a ball.
It's the only game, my friend, unless you're playing something weird, niche, and obscure, but already Asking Alexandria on the plate, double kill, just absolutely stabbing into the goal right there. That was beautiful right there. Honestly, that was a statement goal for Asking Alexandria as we get into the second round.
Absolutely. That's saying, hey, get out of my way. I don't care who you are. I don't care how you got here because I'm coming in to take this home. This is my game, baby. This is my game. And here we are. We answer it right back. It doesn't matter because Chemical Imbalance says, it's not your game. It's our game, and we're going to figure out who's going to win here. We're going into point number 3. 2 goals in the first 20 seconds there.
Oh, you love to see it already in this series, looking absolutely phenomenal so far. As we currently have, Asking Alexandria with the ball, and right now, I think if you're Asking Alexandria, it's just like you just gotta abuse the lack of chemistry that. Oh, what an awful one shot right there! If you're the ball carrier, that is a feels bad man right there. As it looks as though Chemical Imbalance will get the ball off of a pretty silly mistake on Asking Alexandria's part.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a couple things there that was like, it could have gone a totally different way. We saw Shrek in the back of Chemical's side there, ready to pounce, but it didn't even get to that point there. On the back of Chemical Imbalance's side. I don't know if I said that, but very excited to see if Shrek can do that again because he had pulled 2 of the other side tanks over. They weren't even in that game, and that's why that ball just kind of stayed where it was at for a while there, is because Shrek was able to get in the back and buy his team a little time.
Yeah, dude, that's what Shrek does. Like, Shrek is such a massive wild card, and he's also just like, he is a high floor, high ceiling player, and usually those players are some of the best in the game. And so when you have Shrek, we've already seen it in the last series. Shrek pulls like 4 or 5. He pulls all the eyes in the world. He is eye candy. He will always just pull. And, like, same with Chemical. Like, they just pull so much presence and they pull so much attention to them that you're able to make a lot more plays occur on the other ends of the court because you're just so focused on Shrek because you can't let him do what he wants to do. You want to make sure he's contained.
Throw away their ball for Captain Sev. Didn't want to try to take that sword kill against Infection, so that ball goes back. Still in his team's hands. The right play there. I mean, that's a really hard ball to lose, and you want to make sure that your team is able to hold on to it. So as we see here, Chemical Imbalance still with the ball. Their team starting to move up the court a little bit, but we are seeing one of these mid-court standstills as tanks go down on either side.
Oh, yeah, this has been so far kind of a grueling match so far. I mean, we saw the bounce to in terms of goals respectively for each team. Right now, it looks as though Chemical Imbalance is currently countering pretty hard. Honestly, they're holding their own really, really well right now in terms of the tanking in terms of the tanking dynamic. Oh, what a massive punch. Honestly, I'm a little desensitized to long-range punches in this game. I feel like you're giving a little too much time, but every now
and again, it depends on if they have the repulsor or not. If the defender has a repulsor, it's game-changing. The runner is going to get absolutely stopped.
I agree with you there, but what was so scary in that situation to take that punch is he had nobody behind him. Nobody's still spawning up behind him. So if that sword play goes through, he's able to grab that ball. That would have been a free run home for the goal. So here we are to see it going back the other way. Lucky to get that punch. Maybe it's skill, whatever you want to call it. But that ball's thrown up and over onto the plate. It could be Sab, but Sab takes a hammer to the head and goes down. Ball in the hands of Asking Alexandria.
You want to make those ballsy plays, and the reason why you want to do that is because all it takes is just one small mistake for that to be a goal. And so, I like the trust that people have been having with their teams in terms of just being able to
throw the ball up with that amount of confidence and hope that your teammate comes down with it, yeah, you love to see it because that just shows that even despite the chemistry, with bringing in new players, they are still confident in the playmaking side of things.
Absolutely. Hell stepping up for a good punch. Make that 2. Nice little double kill here. Thinking about doing it a 3rd time, but decides, you know what? Too many people. Let's run back. But you got to watch out for this. And boom, the melee on the back. I love seeing that. When you have an enemy come in and try to start swinging behind you, but they're stuck in a hammer battle, and you as the ball carrier are able to just clean that up, get it out of the way, say, get out of my zone. We're going to run this up because here we are 1 melee away from the goal, but they don't get it, and they move back, and that was not a goal, even though he was 2 feet from the plate, but we see a huge punch coming out. I mean, what just happened there, Addison?
I don't know. Like I said, with the goal line is just anything can happen. All it takes is 1 kill, 1 swing of the hammer, and a miscommunication, or like if you're jittery, especially as a tank, like there's a chance that the ball carrier can get betrayed, and with the shields down, it puts you in a very vulnerable state. So anything can happen. We've seen a lot of these goal line stands where we don't even know what happens, where it looks like it's a 99% play, and then somehow a weird combination of hammers just completely eliminates the runner, and it just kills the drive.
Huge play there by Sab there, dropping the ball to go get 2 kills, get him across the plate there, so that ball might have a chance to get out. We see that ball thrown across to the other corner, but a huge hammer and a killing frenzy out on the field. I mean, absolutely, that's our 2nd killing frenzy we've seen today. I mean, that doesn't happen in a lot of Grifball, so absolutely insane to see twice today.
Yeah, I think the game pace is it doesn't really allow for a whole lot of killing frenzy. So the fact that you're staying alive that long and getting 10 kills, I mean, I don't know if we'll see a running riot today, but getting a killing frenzy, I mean, it's not like Halo 5. I feel like killing frenzies were way more common because of just how easy it is to get multi-kills. But seeing that in this game is kind of impressive, especially since like the odds of you getting killed by your teammate is extremely high, given how, if you clump up, you could die, and that ruins the streak. So getting a killing frenzy is baller.
Huge kills going out. Ball starting to step back. Multiple deaths there on the plate. The run could be here, but multiple spawners come up and make sure that he can't tank that one home as he moves back around. Another hammer, and another hammer comes out. Aware Mosquito is putting in some work. So is Chemical. That's 2 down as we see this battle start to move back and forth, and they're right there, but can't quite bring it in. We see the melee go out, but it's not going to be enough. Maybe it is. The 2 kills in the walk it home. That's going to be the 2nd goal of this game. Wow, going in the hands. Wow, Chemical and Balance taking it. I'm at a loss after watching that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Right now, it's honestly Chemical and Balance is shutting me the hell up, dude. Honestly, I think this team just picking things up on the fly has been, maybe the chemistry side of things was a little bit overstated on my part, because I mean, these guys, they play customs together, they're constantly trying to push each other to the next level, so I think everyone gets a little bit of familiarity in terms of playing with each other because of customs and lately, so there's a lot of things going on to help you build chemistry with people you otherwise don't really get to play with a whole lot. So right now, Chemical and Balance is looking a lot more cohesive than I was expecting.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with that. Obviously, like we said, the last 2 series for both of these teams were a sweep, but both games in the sweep were a 5-4 game. So, I mean, it's hard to say a sweep and be like, okay, guys, no matter what, we can come in. But A, being on both sides, and B, 5-4 games, there's such a small margin for error there. 1 or 2 different decisions could have, either landed them in a game 3 or could have even knocked them out of where they are in the playoff bracket. But this ball is moving up, and a spawner's able to get in the way, but Sab could still take this home. Make that 2 punches, and the plate is home free. Bring it home, Sab. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a 3-1 game. Chemical and Balance could be running away with it.
Oh, yeah, you'd love to see it right there. Chemical and Balance is currently just absolutely dominating this game so far. And you said it, dude. Sab has historically been one of the best players in Grifball. If you were to do a top 10 historic list, like, he has to be on there. He has just always been, like, across all games. Reach, not so much, but Halo 5, Halo 4, Halo 3, and Halo Infinite, this guy has been the guy. He's a diamond in League, and he's a diamond in Valorant. This guy.
Some might even say a diamond in our hearts.
Oh no, maybe. Actually, I was wrong. He's not a diamond. He's a Masters player in two of like probably some of the hardest games you can play. This guy is the master of our
He's
hearts.
a gamer, a diamond in our hearts, possibly a diamond in the rough, but who's it gonna be? Sab on Chemical Imbalance, or is Shrek and the rest of Asking Alexandra gonna be able to come back, tie this back up? We do see the ball in their hands there. The game is in their court, but Sab makes him throw it out and that ball leaks. Good kills on the side of Chemical Imbalance, pushing Asking Alexandra back into the corner. They're not letting him give an inch because they're gonna try to take a mile.
Yeah, no, for sure. I honestly, I kind of also like the gamer aspect of like sometimes, dude, if you're good at games, I mean, Grifball, it's like, dude, it translates well. Like for example, from my understanding, Shrek is a pretty good fighting game player, and I feel like those skills really do translate because Grifball is a very unconventional kind of esport a little bit. It's not relying on a whole lot of aim, but it's a lot of kind of fighting type of mechanics. As there looks to be a push here, I'm going to kind of shut my mouth a little bit here. Oh my goodness, an exchanging of hands as it somehow is in the hands of Chemical Imbalance again. But as mentioned before, a lot of transferable skills from fighting games to Grifball.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. Just those quick decision-making moments, which we just saw here as he went for the melee instead of backing up, and Sev drops the ball quite literally. I mean, that right there, those are those quick decision-making moments we're talking about. Do you take the punch and go for the goal? Do you turn around? What is the right play there? And we see Sev make the decision that maybe wasn't the right in that moment, but boy, if it worked out, would have been huge.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I feel like this was a really great, like this has been a very great series so far, or not great game so far. My apologies, but yeah, no, honestly, a lot. Like I said, I feel like people have been minimizing mistakes. This is wide open on the plate. This is what I'm talking about with the positioning right there. That was phenomenal play right there for Asking Alexandria, and it's that positioning, right? So I honestly, beautiful play right there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I gotta agree. That's exactly what we saw there. As that ball squirts out mid here, another round. Here we go, 3-2. We'll get that scoreboard updated any second here, so just hang with us. But 3-2 game here in the favor of Chemical Imbalance. Could this been what Asking Alexandra needs to get back right into this, bring it home? I mean, it's still anybody's game. Lots of Griff left to play here in game number 1.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Anything could happen right now, even though it's a 3-2 to courts, Chemical Imbalance. I feel that anything's possible. Even whoever loses this first game, as long as it's not just an absolute stomp, which I don't see happening anytime soon. Like, dude, we got a good series on our hands so far, and right now it looks as though from the back. Oh my goodness, the sneaky little roach kill there. As currently Asking Alexandria has the advantage, and Shrek is going to get the kill he needs. He's going to fall down, but what a crazy play. They were collapsing in on the pocket of the runner. And I don't even know who got that kill. Was that Hell's Angel?
I believe so, as we see that ball leaked out and walked in. I mean, that's one of those plays where it wasn't necessarily the tanks. Yes, they did a lot there. But if your runner can't see that route and walk it right through, I mean, you don't have a play. So beautiful job there, being able to just kind of walk it around, duck and weave through people. I mean, that's why we see these high-level plays work out, because, oh my goodness, it just takes a different breed to be able to take that home.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I feel like that was just a phenomenal play. I think right there. Oh, a huge launch. We haven't seen this a whole lot. Chemical Imbalance is going to lose the ball on a launch play. We saw some excitement there.
Yeah, little teabagging, a little body disrespect, just to remind you, oh boy, this is the grand finals. You can't be making mistakes like that. I'm going to send you home. I'm going to send you packing. We're taking this if you can't keep it in your fancy pants.
Oh no, not at all. You're kind of in a terrible position there, right? So it looks as though right now a Chemical Imbalance is pushed to the edge right there. It's looking like that launch play would have costed them, but honestly, good damage control right there. I feel like right there they should have lost on that goal, on that round at least. But right now it does look as though Chemical Imbalance is back into the same spot, shoved into that locker here, but somehow they just keep getting back. They somehow have been. Yeah, I guess it's like the 8 to the torch, man. It's like they're just shooing them away. That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we are, the ball back into the corner. I mean, we just keep seeing it in this high-level play. It's hard to keep it from happening, but this ball just keeps getting squirted out to the corner because that's the only option these teams have right now, is just to do your best attempt at keeping it away from your own goal.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I think right now Chemical Imbalance is playing really good defense, and usually D-League has been known as the minister of defense, and historically, and even without D-League, they are just still playing really great defense. As I mentioned, that Chemical Imbalance currently has the ball, but they're losing it. The rebound, put back, score. Asking Alexandria on match point. What a great play right there.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, an outplay there times 10 to pass to him and get it around. A little disrespectful, a little bit of that overplay, if you will, but you love to see it. I mean, this is grand finals Grifball, but we see that ball leaking back towards the goal there off the tip, not able to bring it home quite yet. This is a 4-3 game for Asking Alexandria here, and they want him to know, you're not just going to be able to tie this back up. We're taking this one home.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I feel that right now with Chemical Imbalance, you kind of do want to treat it like it's 0-0, but at the same time, it's like you can't go for that riskiness of the play as the repulsor play goes into the hands of Asking Alexandria. Just one person let the beat, the ball is dropped down, and it's a rebound goal. What a great play by Asking Alexandria, and they are going to win that game. That repulsor play, you're talking about the utility, the sandbox. Being able to use that repulsor on those lunges is crazy scary if you're the ball runner, because they lunge in, they use the repulsor, it messes up the timing on the ball punch, and it takes a bit for that reload to come in, and they just snap that ball. And great play as 1-0 for Asking Alexandria right there.
Yeah, I mean, what a play. Like I said, they didn't want Chemical Imbalance to even have a shot at coming back into this game. And so as we're watching here, I mean, we see those little moments come into play, and we're going to actually take a quick look here at these stats. See, I mean, quick glance even. KD, what are we looking at here? What was the difference maker in this game?
Well, it's just showing a lot like last series. I think Asking Alexandria is proving that the KDs really don't matter. And I think that's kind of what added to the nuance of Grifball, is that you would think that this game is just stupid, like swing hammer, and if you get more kills than deaths, like, oh, you're gonna win. It's like, no, they are proving right now you don't need to turbo stomp in the kills death department to win games. Like Grunt Padre, -30, but they're still winning. They still won the game. So, absolutely making a statement here. They are playing on another level, and they're playing the game kind of differently than Chemical Imbalance here, and they're winning. So.
Yeah, and I mean, the quick glance stats, right? But the little things you don't see, the small minutia plays that come together to make that outcome. I mean, my point of view, I think Aware played pretty damn well that game. I mean, like, went negative, that's fair, but also fair amount of ball running, a fair amount of those quick switches. I mean, it's really hard to say, but really just a difference maker. And it's one of those things where you don't see that, but it really is, a big part of that. And it's really hard to go home on that if you're Aware Mosquitoes. So going into game number 2 here, I think that, they just need to reset. They just need to say, all right, team, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We just need to reset, play the same way, but maybe clean up a couple of these small little pieces that Asking Alexandria was able to clean up on.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I feel they did a tremendous job. I think both teams did a tremendous job. I think limiting the mistakes for Chemical Imbalance, because, dude, they're so tactical with it. I feel like Asking Alexandria, it's that positioning. I feel like they have done a really great job at just leaving people behind when it needs to be left behind, making the plays on defense, and they have been dominating in the utility battle, at least from the eye test. They have been using it probably the best, and so I think, going into it in terms of adjustments, Chemical Imbalance, you need to make sure you're getting that utility and choking it out from the enemy team. You do not want the utility in the hands of asking Alexandria.
Well, and like we kind of brought up earlier in a game, it's not even necessarily that you want it to use it on your side, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, that can come into play, but even if you're not necessarily comfortable with picking up that equipment and using it, I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to keeping it out of the hands of the enemy team. So I think that's something that Chemical can do, the Chemical Imbalance, the whole team, not just Chemical, can do here in game number 2, is play that a little bit better, keep it out of the hands of Alexandra, make sure that not necessarily even that you're using it, but that they aren't. Have that extra repulsor, have that extra grapple, be able to take that next little level play that's going to push you over the edge.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I think the utility, it adds the nuance to the game. I feel like it really is a decider. And I think, the Halo Infinite metagame, at least for Grifball, is so unexplored from my understanding. A lot of people who play the game still feel like there's so much more to explore in the game. I mean, even in Halo 3, a game that's been out for decades almost, there's still new tech that is being discovered in the game in terms of just like what people are able to do and breaking the boundaries. And even in my home game, Halo 5, it's like it seemed like every week we were finding out new tech and new ways to really evolve the meta game. And I feel like with Halo Infinite, I feel like the ceiling for the enjoyment in the game and how to play the game ultimately relies on the abilities to use the utility effectively.
Yeah, I mean, I really can't disagree with that. And, I'm really... I guess we're beating that into the ground, but it really is. That's what Halo Infinite Grifball is. This isn't Halo 3. This isn't Halo Reach. You got to worry about more than just picking up a health pack or doing a launch. You have to tie that in, do that launch, pick up what you need to pick up, but tie that in as well on a strategy that's cohesive, something that brings your team together and every person on that field is part of a play, even if that's taking the right death. Even if that's, going back and being there to tank harder, even if that's throwing the ball back to somebody else on your team, even if you're the ball runner, being able to say, you know what, I'm in the best position here. I'm going to get a couple of the slays I need to get, and then you come back up with the ball and we can take that home. And I think that's a big thing from Chemical here that we need to see is being able to do that, switch a little bit more on the dime, be able to play around your teammate a little bit better. And I think those little pieces can tighten it up to tie this series up.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they may scale as the game goes on. So I think it's just being a little bit more mindful, understanding who the decoys are, make sure that you're paying the appropriate amount of attention to who's on the court, where they are on the court. This is an awareness battle. I know Aware Mosquito out here, but like this is an awareness battle. You have to be understanding of where everyone is, what utility is up, and effectively using that. This is more of a mental game than, as we see it, like Chemical Imbalance is doing great in terms of the tanking aspect, but they need to do a little bit better at understanding their surroundings.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Understanding where everyone is and where everything is.
Can't agree with that more. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just having a couple of the Halo Infinite fun issues getting this in, so don't go anywhere. We are going to take a quick, tiny little break, but we'll be back here in just a moment for game number 2. Right now in this best of 5 series, Asking Alexandra is up 1-0 over Chemical Imbalance. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Get in on the action and get hammered at playgriffball.org.
When I'm with you, dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for waiting. Thank you for being patient. We are coming back in here to watch game number 2, Chemical Imbalance, and Asking Alexandra here in your grand finals. Asking Alexandra up by 1 here as we're moving into game number 2. I do believe we're loading in. So, Addison, are you ready? What do you got?
Oh no, honestly, I'm expecting. I've been kind of a asking Alexandria a glazer today, so I'm gonna rock with the boys. So I'm excited for this next game. They're up 1-0. So.
Absolutely right you are, and here we go. Shields up, hammers ready. It's time for game number 2. Are we gonna see a quick break here, a couple of pro runs, or are we gonna see a long, drawn out start? We'll find out right now with Chemical, the big hammer. Make that 2 off the rip, and here we are, that ball leaking out. I think that was 3, excuse me. What a play there.
Oh yeah, no, it's already off to a great start. A little bit of spaghetti there, but honestly, I'm really happy to just see that there's some ground here. We're kind of in a neutral state at this point, but as they start to kind of get pushed a little bit more to the backside, I think right now you just need a couple of kills. Just get 2 kills. It shouldn't be that hard, and the trails are coming in. They're gonna have to throw the ball back, but it doesn't go anywhere as it looks as though it's going to be in the hands of Asking Alexandria and minimizing those mistakes. It looks like Alexandria is going to take the first goal of the game.
Yeah, I mean, right there, that's exactly what we're talking about, that you can't let happen if you're on the side of Chemical Imbalance, right? They broke it, and not only did they break your line, they pushed you to the corner. You couldn't get it out of the corner, and then they just hammered it home a little at a time, doing whatever it took. And, I mean, if we see another 4 points like that, this series is going to be over before it even started. If you're Chemical Imbalance, you need to chalk that one up to a quick mistake. Get ready to come back here because you can't let that happen again.
No, you cannot allow those mistakes to happen. Minimizing mistakes for Chemical Imbalance, because I feel like they have just been getting absolutely punished here. As it looks as though they're wrapping on the right side. This is a good place. Gets spawned on top of, but it looks as though Chemical Imbalance has something to say about it. But it's going to be back into the hands of Alexandria as they're going to pass it off to their runner, Hell's Angel. Right now, so far, Chemical Imbalance, they're already losing the ball entirely too much. You need to slow this down, especially since you're in a losing state, kind of recoup. And I think they had enough time to make those adjustments. And so far, it's looking a lot of the same from last game.
No, I agree. I mean, kind of like we just continued the points and we kept moving because, I mean, Chemical Imbalance, like you said, needs to slow it down. They need to take the extra second, get ready for the extra kill. I mean, that right there, huge play by Sab trying to get in with that sword, but it's just not going to do it, and they're able to keep moving that ball up the field here. I mean, you can't let that happen.
Oh, no, not at all. You can't allow, you just, I don't even know what you do. Oh, but right there, Chemical Imbalance just getting an absolute interception right there. They are starting to catch on to a little bit of Alexandria's little tricks. And like I said, it's an awareness game. You have to make sure that you're very aware of what is going on across the court. You have to know where that ball is. You have to know if you're giving the appropriate amount of attention to each player. All 4 are stacked up for Chemical Imbalance. Alexandria is currently just killing everyone. Double passive punch right there. That was a great play, but again, got to be a little bit more aware of what's going on around you.
Seriously, I mean, that's something you want to save for when you have a goal opportunity, but I mean, hell of a play there by Hell's Angel, being able to take not one, but 2 melees there on and just hit another one. I mean, kind of getting caught up on the front of the field there, but Hell's Angel's playing it really smart with these punches right now. I don't have anything bad to say on that front because, I mean, he might be being a little risky, but when you're up 1-0 in the game and 1-0 in the series, you have the liberty to kind of, take that extra risk, take that extra chance, see if you can make something come of it, and it's a liberty that Chemical Imbalance does not have right now, so I want to see them start to slow it down.
Oh yeah, slow it down a little bit more. And that's the thing, is that when you are, because they are winning the tanking battle. If you're winning the tanking battle, attrition is your friend. You want to make sure you're maintaining possession. Don't get too fancy. Just let your tanks get the kills. And it's not even just about the kills. It's about getting the right kills. If you're constantly correcting your enemy's mistakes by correcting their position, by going out of position to kill them, then you're making all the wrong decisions. So you have to be making sure you're getting the right kills and leaving people behind. With position teams, there is a possibility where they overcorrect or they make a weird decision. It's going to ultimately lead to
mismatches on the tanking line and eventually goals through tankings.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I couldn't have said it better there. I mean, that's exactly what we're seeing here, and that's the difference in this game right now, is just the little mistakes. Now, they're able to keep it close. Don't get me wrong. They're not running away with it yet, but I mean, those little mistakes got to get buttoned up if we're going to see any kind of comeback here on the side of Chemical Imbalance.
Yeah, you want to play towards your win con, and I feel like for this case, you just got to let Chemical cook and let Sab kind of do what he does. Keep the ball in your possession. As we're seeing it right now, they are currently one by one killing everyone, but it still doesn't matter because the goal line. I don't even know what they were thinking there. What was the idea? Just be a little bit more patient there, and it's just if they just do that a little bit more, like. They could win this game, but Axing Alexandria is just going to try to force it off of positioning. They're going to get the ball back out just in time.
Very good play there by Hells for dropping that ball, letting the hammer do the work to get it back. If not, the ball very could have been in the hands of the enemy team, and you don't want that. You want to throw it back. So very good play there, very heads up. I mean, that's what we're talking about, the mental game, the ability to make these quick 1-second decisions that really do change the course of the game. Huge kill by Infection there. That's almost 2, but is going to get taken down by the hammer, and that ball's starting to move out from the corner here. We might see this start to move the other way, but Hell's Angel is killing that hope. One hammer swing at a time. Takes not 1 but 2, but falls.
Yeah, right now, Chemical Imbalance currently on their side of the court. They're kind of looking for some sort of opportunity, allowing each tank to get a kill. Those betrayals are also great, especially if you're a lead tank. Being able to force out some betrayals would be really beneficial for Chemical Imbalance here, but it looks as though they are going to move on the right side. Terrible decision to go for that punch, and they get penalized for it as Alexandria currently has the ball, trying to bait out that sword lunge. They don't. They pass the ball back over. And right now, I mean, again, just keep the ball in your hands. Don't make any stupid mistakes. You got to play to your win con, and that's tanking these guys out.
Another big punch by Angel with the throw all the way over to Shrek, but Shrek isn't going to be able to do anything with it. Just get the kill and try to live and get his team up there. I mean, very good play. It almost connected, but Shrek made the right play. Just be like, you know what? I'm not going to get to that ball. It's not worth giving my life up for. I'm going to get a couple of slays out here and let my team get up here with me. It doesn't end up panning out, but I mean, that again by Shrek, another huge heads-up play.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I feel like that was a phenomenal play there by Chemical Imbalance. This is going to be kind of a... I don't really know exactly what's going to happen there. In terms of what Asking Alexandria is trying to do, if they're going to be giving you the ball back this many times, like, I feel that you need to just kind of just go back to fundamental Grifball. Just let the hammers hammer and don't do anything stupid because you know you're going to get the ball back because they're going to do some goofy stuff. But great use of the utility there yet again. Still in the possession of Chemical Imbalance.
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy play in the corner, being able to bring out that utility. I mean, it's the difference maker in this game. I mean, and not just in this game, but in the series, in all of Halo Infinite. Grifball, I really do think, I mean, this is Season 3. As we look down the line, the more time that these guys get to mess with this sandbox, as we've said a few times, I think we're going to see even more of this tech coming into play as we've seen it today, and I cannot wait to watch that kind of evolve. I mean, you know, like, it is... Halo started as combat evolved. You can't let it slip back to not evolving, right? You gotta let it keep going, letting it build. I mean, I love to see what we're seeing with the tech. I really do.
Oh yeah, you love to see that because that's also what gives the game a lot of its character. I mean, with weapon switching tech from Halo 5, as it looks as though there might be a free goal for Chemical Imbalance. Great plays. They got, like I said, the patience. They're going to stomp them in terms of the just the kill deaths. Like in terms of just raw tanking, they should have the advantage here. But yeah, going back to it, you know, it's just like every game has a unique style and a unique meta game, and so I feel like you constantly have to be evolving this game and keeping it fresh. That's what keeps people playing, and people like the limit test.
No, I absolutely agree, but coming in on that goal there, I'd like to talk about that real quick. I mean, some might even say that Sev looks scared to run it right now, but I think it's just that patience that we've been talking about, because once you start to set it up, it might just run away from you. But as I say that, Asking Alexandria decides to come back and put one home and made it almost look easy there. I mean, it was hard to get excited about that because it was such a easy goal to just stick home there. I mean, I really wanted to see a little bit more from Chemical to be able to slow that back down.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And running is a confidence game. Like I feel like you have to constantly stay in the right headspace, and you almost gotta be a little bit stone faced. You can't let anything get to you, and like you control the pace. Like you're given so much opportunity as a runner, especially if things aren't going your way, to sit behind your tanks and kind of just really. You get a lot of time to think. You get a lot of time to kind of breathe new air into yourself and play effectively. And so if you're the runner, it's like if you're already struggling with confidence issues this early on in the series, you might be cooked. But it looks as though some 1v1s as everyone and their mother spawns up, killing the push for asking Alexandria. But hopefully we get to see some better run play here.
Everyone and their mother? I wasn't aware that everybody's mothers was allowed to be. So is this an 8v8, or how does that work with everybody and their mother being out on the field?
Dude, I saw an entourage. I saw a gang of men on that side just spawn in and completely kill that push. That was the spawns, dude. Spawns. You have to know the timing. You have to know when people are gonna spawn, because that right there, that should have been a goal. But he was not anticipating that a gang of dudes were just going to be there and just kill any sort of opportunity for a goal.
I don't want to pass it over. Sabosaurus Rex a second ago getting another triple kill. I mean, I've seen him get a few multi-kills today that are just looking pretty. I mean, say what you will, but Sab is playing in a real good form today, and you love to see it. And I mean, kind of, let's take a look at these stats here in a second. It's kind of one of those games as we see the ball leak through. He saw the root, 1 or 2 deaths down on the plate, and he's able to take it home and tie it up. Chemical imbalance. And again, I gotta say, on the back of Sab, being able to get those kills. I mean, he is playing in unreal form.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. Right now, this is a close one. Honestly, they're doing a tremendous job on both ends of the court. I think, this is a good matchup. This is actually a very good matchup. I think some of the most exciting matchups we've seen today. I think this has been very back and forth. Someone needs to put someone away here, as all 4 tanks are in the middle, but 2 people are going to die, making a more even playing field.
Play there, Hell's Angel trying to walk it up that wall, but kind of runs into a brick wall there and decides to throw it back to his team. Chemical Imbalance played that the right way. Just play it right, play it smooth, don't let them get a chance out of it. Make them play that ball back to their side and have another run. You can stop them, you just got to not let them get those quick opportunities. And as I say that, the stop right there on Hell's Angel, the ball back in favor of Chemical Imbalance. Can they do something with it and bring this back to a 3-2? We'll see right here as a big sword comes out.
Oh, yeah, no, right now it's looking very neutral, I would say, for the most part, in terms of just kind of back and forth. But right now, Chemical Imbalance kind of shoved into that corner. Right now it's looking like a throw forward angle to just try to, yep, exactly right there. They threw it back forward. You lose possession, but you also regain a little bit of real estate there, but it seems like it didn't really matter, as they now have the ball possession. And Infection, a little bit of a miscommunication there. He thought that Infection was going to reel back and then grab the ball and then score it on a pass play. But like I said, if you're Chemical Imbalance, when you're getting the ball back at crazy high efficiency of just like constant misplays at times, you got to start capitalizing more on these guys' mistakes. And I feel like we just haven't seen that a whole lot. But I don't know. It's been right now a crazy carrier kill. Asking Alexandria almost made a crazy good play. It's sometimes it is a little shocking. Sometimes you're just expecting the runner to get that passive play or that passive punch, and then they floundered.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that was Shrek there that took that sword and then the melee with the ball. Hells with a huge double kill. Make it 3. Is able to hop up and over and still taking kills off the plate. Like, come on, spawn up. I'll give you some of this hammer. And Sev is able to clear it out, though, and maybe do something with that ball. No, he goes down. The ball is still stuck here in the corner.
Yeah, they need to... make something needs to happen soon.
The kill-tacular for the goal!
Oh, that was beautiful right there. Good play.
Hell's Angel being able to get the kill-tacular, get the melees. I mean, that wasn't just, oh my God, that wasn't just Hell's Angel. That was Hell's Insanity being able to get that ball and move it up towards the goal.
Oh, and it looks as though it's just going to be a quick another one. Like I said, keep the patience. All tanks stay alive. Textbook pro run. Great plays by Asking Alexandria already in the span of like 10 seconds. This is already on match point, and soon it's going to be on series point. This is not looking good for Chemical Imbalance.
Seriously, Chemical needs a big reset here. Just the momentum swing in general for Asking Alexandria right now after those two back-to-back quick, huge goals. I mean, you know that they're on top of the world right now, and Chemical's going to need to just fight those bad thoughts and be able to hop back into this, or their day's going to be over.
Oh yeah, no, and they're everything they've worked on for the entirety of the season, and it's already going to go back over to Chemical Imbalance, but all three tanks are up for Asking Alexandria. They are fighting for that ball. Oh my goodness, a crazy defensive punch on plate. That is like rule number one as a runner. You don't run over your own plate, and that could have been disastrous. If you lose a game, all the wind sucked out of you right there.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really hard to bounce back in game number 3 in the series here if something like that happened to you, if you lose the ball on the plate. Huge punch there as we're talking about it by Sev. Ball out to a teammate. A hammer goes out, is not able to connect, though, as we see it back on the runner here. Runner's perspective as Grunt runs up, gets a huge melee. Sab with the ball, gets one, and his team's able to start to clear the path a little bit, and it could be exactly what Chemical Imbalance needs to bring this one back.
Oh, yeah, no, right now it looks as though Chemical Imbalance is encroaching on this plate. They just need to get those kills. But honestly, even though I have been making an emphasis on this, right now Chemical Imbalance is not winning in the tanking battle. It seems as though Asking Alexandria got their stuff together. Shrek is positive. It looks as though Hells is positive. The only people who are going negative on the team is Grunt, Padre, and Infection, but they have been making their presence known in other ways. So right now, they are losing in all aspects. They're losing in terms of score. They're losing in the KD battle. Asking Alexandria is looking like they are too strong, too much to handle.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I guess I'll almost disagree with you that like the slays are not that far apart here. I mean, we'll take a look at it here. The slays are really not far apart right now. I mean, nobody on Asking Alexandria's team is going that big. If anything, you know, it's a real tight race here. It could be a huge play here right on the plane. He's able to walk it home. There it is, the 5-2 win in the hands of Asking Alexandria. As we're talking about it, it doesn't matter if you have all the slays, because if you can walk home those points, that's what scored, that's what matters, and that's a huge win there for Asking Alexandria.
And it looks as though Infection is like, you know, historically, you know, Infection hasn't won a whole lot in terms of championships, but he's looking at him and Hells are looking at back-to-back championships right now. And Shrek is gonna, you know, solidify himself as a champion in Halo Infinite. So right now, it's looking really great. You're on series point, like now, like we're gonna start seeing some goofiness. Like I'm calling it right now. You're gonna be seeing some straight goofiness coming out from Asking Alexandria, because I feel like last season with Infection and Hell's Angel, they were playing with their food hella hard. They were kind of just making goofy plays. So I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more excitement there. And I think they're just looking on closing this out. Like, if you're Asking Alexandria, you're thinking, oh, 100% we're winning this game. There's no shot. I mean, we could see the reverse sweep, but it's looking bleak. It's going to be an uphill battle the entirety of the way, because I feel like Chemical Imbalance really hasn't been doing anything particularly better than, you know, Alexandria.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely right you are. Like we were talking about there at the end, I mean, the slays are so close as we're looking at this. Hell's Angel running the ball going +2 is fucking awesome. I love that. I absolutely love that. But I mean, overall, we're seeing these close stat lines. The only close person on Asking Alexandria wasn't plus a bunch, but actually minus in Grunt Padre, and they're still able to take it home. I mean, a -23 KDA, but still up to nothing in the series. I mean, it's got to be a mixed range of emotions there, right? But as we look across to the other side, I mean, Chemical Imbalance, I mean, Sev did a lot of running there, but still able to hold that 21 and 36. Mosquito, I mean, maybe a little bit more, going 46 and 63 could come out of Mosquito, but Sab, another big game going +10, even though the control was on the other side of the field the whole time, and Chemical being able to hold in a nice little tight KD as well.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I feel this game, this series, it's gonna get a little goofy. It's gonna get a little silly. I'm calling it right now. I mean, honestly, I really enjoy watching Alexandria play. I feel like they play the game very correctly.
And honestly, I really do. I mean, they're not looking as dominant as they looked in the last series for Chemical Imbalance. I feel like it's really starting to show. I'm really curious to see how much of a difference, because from my understanding from the few players that I did get to talk to, I mean, with Decleat, this team is a very different team. So I think the sub out is, it's not going well for them. We'd love to see all the players be here, but unfortunately, it just didn't work out that way. Decleat was here. I really do wonder if it would be slightly different, but with a 2-0, start to the series, it's it's hard to think it would be any different, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I see that, and I get what you mean there. I mean, that is the kind of that missing variable that I do wish we could have seen Cleek in here. But I mean, overall, I don't think Mosquito's playing bad. I really don't. So, I mean, it's really hard to say what maybe that team chemistry would look like. And see what that little bit difference is. But right now, asking Alexandria, when it comes to that team chemistry, that the win conditions, they have them all right now because they're able to just keep that pressure up and keep making those good team plays that is just holding Chemical Imbalance back at their spawn and not letting them get a foothold in this competition.
No, yeah, it's gonna be, like I said, an absolute uphill battle. It's going to be really, really difficult for Chemical Imbalance to come back, because you need to win 3 games in a row, and it's already kind of looking a little bit bad for you. I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking particularly well for Chemical Imbalance, but anything's possible. If asking Alexandria does get silly, like I'm predicting it to be, who knows? We could see some cool, fun, little goofy gaffes.
Goofy gaffes, you heard it here first. If I see any goofy gaffes, I'll make sure to point them out. I'm not quite sure what that is, but we'll figure it out, team. We'll figure it out as we're getting in here. This game number 3 could be the end of the game, or the end of the series rather. I mean, we're gonna see here. I like we've kind of beat it into the ground, but we know what we need to see out of Chemical. Hopefully, they can take that step back, be able to check themselves, and say, okay, we're in this, we're good, we can bring this back. We just need to play our game, and that's what they're gonna have to do here to come back. But asking Alexandra's gonna have the pedal to the metal, the foot on the throat, whatever you want to call it. I mean, we gotta see a different Chemical Imbalance here in game number 3.
No, we have to see some adjustments. I mean, there's a lot of time to kind of just sit here and just think about it. Like I said, I mean, I've seen, like, back in the day, I've seen teams absolutely stomp, but just taking that break, like, I've seen games get paused. Like, we've been in game pauses before where, like, a team is losing and then the game pauses for like about 2 to 3 minutes, and then a massive comeback is ensuing. So, I mean, maybe just having time to collect yourself, talk about what's the problem, make the adjustments. And this is a best of 5. So, I mean, we still got a lot of series left. I mean, we could very well see, this next game going to Chemical Imbalance, but you just have to talk about what the issues are. And for me, I think a lot of the issues, I think it's the positioning. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it for sure. It's hard to put, exactly what it could be, but there's a lot that's going right, a lot that's going wrong, a whole lot of variables here that we're going to see hashed out here in game number 3. I think we are going to take a quick break because I think we're having a little trouble getting to this game here, so I apologize for us just vamping and vamping and vamping here, but we're waiting on this game to get ready, so we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back at game number 3, we'll see. It could be the final game of the series right after this. Get in on the action and get hammered at playgriffball.org. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like hammers are hot, shields are up. It's time to get into the next game. They should be starting at any second here, so we're going to be getting into some good Griff action, baby. It's going to be so fun. Addison, number 1 thing, what are you looking for here? Is it going to be the running? Is it going to be the tanking? Or is it going to be the equipment play that's going to win this game for either team?
I think it's going to be just the absolute playmaking. I think right now it's I'm going back to it. I think this is entirely a mental game at this point. I feel like, in terms of just raw mechanics and statistics outside of goals, like I don't think that's making as big of a factor into it. I think it's just monitoring and being aware of what's going on. I know I've been kind of a broken record with that, but you just have to be on point, be a little bit more patient, and just be conscious. You can't autopilot in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's exactly it. And it's going to be really easy on the side of Chemical to check yourself out of the mental side of it, but you gotta keep it together if you want any chance in coming back in this, right? And that's going to be the hardest thing for any team to do, but especially here coming into this next game down 2-0 in the series. I mean, it's not an easy comeback. So, I mean, really hard to say, but I think that we're gonna go to a game number 4 here. I really do. I think Chemical's gonna bounce back. I think Aware knows what he needs to do. I think Chemical knows what he needs to do. Sab needs to just keep doing what he's doing, and Sev needs to run that ball home. And I really do think that we could see, a totally different Chemical imbalance here. And I think we'll be able to see a game 4. I mean, maybe even a game 5. Is that greedy? Is it greedy to hope for a game 5?
It's a little greedy. It's a greedy guts. I think it's. I mean, to be honest, I kind of there's only so much Grifball to be had, and I just can't see a game going to game 5. I can't even see it going to game 4. If I'm being honest, I know I shouldn't be saying stuff like that, but yeah, honestly, it's just like I kind of want to see, the champion. I want to see, because it's kind of funny because before the season, I got to see the teams, and going into it, I had the receipts too. It's like, dude, this team asking it. What's funny about asking Alexandria too is that, like, from a personality standpoint, Shrek, Hells, and Infection did not get along, and so it's very fascinating to see that this team was assembled and they're doing really, really well. And I think with the experience in other games is really showing in this game for these guys.
I gotta agree with you. And I mean, like you said there, I mean, it's whether or not you agree with your teammates, these are your teammates. These are the people that are gonna win or lose it for you. So you gotta put all that behind you and come out. And that's exactly what we're seeing here is, the ability to just say, you know what, I might not like you, but damn it, you're good at the game. I'm good at the game. Let's come together and let's win a freaking championship. And that's what we're seeing here. Could very well be in the next 30 minutes that Asking Alexandra are your 2024 Season 3 Grifball champions. But we're going to find out here right now.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. We're hoping for some good game here, as it looks as though it's back into the possession of Asking Alexandria, as it's a lot of the same. Ball in Asking Alexandria's hands, and it looks as though they're getting kind of pushed up by Chemical Imbalance. Oh, what a weird punch! But already the neutral state is starting to get broken a little bit here. It's looking like it's going to be current momentum. And again, that positioning, he's going to extend to that left side. Almost had Shrek wide open for a pass. If he just had a tiny bit more time, that's a goal.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely agree. And those are those little things that, I mean, hey, if you're on Alexandria's side, you can afford to kind of, okay, we messed that one up. Let's circle back around and hit it next time. But I mean, if we see that going the other way, oh, and here we are, Chemical Imbalance with the ball. They finally got it back. They're going to get it out of their corner and move it up. I mean, this is what we needed to see, was that huge stop in the corner could make all the difference. I mean, just in momentum. Get your mentals into it. Sev needs to get this kill here so that they can start moving it up, but they're pinned right back in the corner. Huge melee on Infection, but man, it's so hard to be stuck in this corner with this ball. You don't have the right way to push it anywhere. Huge melee there on Hell's Angel. I mean, it's such a hard system that we're watching.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. It's getting, so far, no, I feel like that wide open play on Flate, dude, but that's what I'm talking about. They literally let two people wide open, and again, the throw forward, they try to maintain some sort of real estate, and in turn, they give up possession, and they still can't do anything about it, as Grunt Padre and Hell's Angel are just wreaking havoc on the spawns. It's currently a 2v1 with the ball. Both the tanks on the plate go down, but that's what I'm talking about. They just cannot deal with these like wraparounds. They have someone on plate, dude. They literally let it just rot. They're like mold in their spawn. It's crazy.
Big grapple play there by Chemical, trying to get up on that ball. Does nothing but push him out and dies on the plate. Looks like, Asking Alexandra's going to be able to hold onto the ball still and barely sneak it around. But, I mean, that was so close. It's that little thing. If that had gone Chemical's way, that could have been a goal there even. But we are seeing that ball thrown back into the corner for Chemical Imbalance. Ladies and gentlemen, we still have a 0-0 game just over 2.5 minutes in.
Oh yeah, this is so far a pretty grueling match. I think Chemical Imbalance is kind of understanding that they just need to tune down the mistakes just a tiny bit, and they're playing a lot more discipline than they did in the last game. But then again, there was a couple if you give Asking Alexandria back on offense, I mean, that's where their problem is. I feel like, I don't know, it's just like, man, just be conscious of what's happening as he runs over the plate. Kind of a scary place to be in, but there's hammers available, so it's not as scary. But right now, so far, we're locked in.
Yeah, locked in is the answer. And I mean, this right here is totally what Chemical Imbalance wants. They just didn't want to see Asking Alexandra be able to pop a quick goal, because if you're Chemical Imbalance, you just want to change the momentum. And there's nothing that's going to hurt a team up 2-0 in a series more than stretching out this game. Make them fight for it. Make them wait. Make them make that mistake. And that's what we're seeing. And it's so close of a play. Maybe as a runner, you want to get that out of there. Goes for that extra punch. And now the ball is back into the hands of Asking Alexandra.
Yeah, this is where they're gonna cook. Again, 2 people on spawn. They're doing this like weird style where they have 2 people stacked up and they just leave the runner with the tank. And I feel like with the ball runner, I feel like you can do that, because I feel like having that first punch free is kind of what you need, as Asking Alexandria is currently already pushing up on the plate. Just a little bit of discipline, it will kill the punch. He's going to jump over some Killer's Legit style. He's going to jump over the defense. you don't see that very often. That's awesome. That's what I'm saying, dude. More goofs and gaffs are starting to come in. That was a great play.
That was an absolutely goofy run, but you love to see it. I mean, not only the hop over the defense into being able to get that melee, and then now also we see a triple kill out by Shrek as soon as the ball is back up, and the ball is right back in the hands of Asking Alexandra. Chemical needs to do something to change up the tide of this game, and that might be the melee right there that changes it up. But oh my goodness, that was not a good 2 minutes there for Chemical Imbalance.
Yeah, and from a lore perspective, Sab has been notoriously known for losing in big moments. I love my boy, but, it's looking a lot of the same here in Halo Infinite. Almost 10 years, the same thing happening to my boy. But, right now, it's not looking good for Chemical Imbalance. When you're letting silly plays like that happen, mind you, there was like 3 people on play. It was a solo bolo, Wishing type play, and you just let it happen. How do you let that happen?
Triple kill out from Hell's Angel right there on the plate. Team's not going to be able to do anything with it, but it was a good play just to clear some bodies there. And here we are. Hammer's going out. A double kill for Infection, but a big hop up and over, but it's going to be stopped in midair. That ball back in the hands of Asking Alexandra after a huge punch. The Bull True coming out in true fashion. That ball is back in the hands of Hell's Angel.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. Right now, it looks as though Asking Alexandria currently has the advantage. The power play, the defensive punch. They're looking for Infection to get all the kills he needs. And it's the discipline, it's the run-in. Asking Alexandria, they're up 2-0. And it's looking like this game is looking cooked. I'm not going to lie. This is not... Chemical Imbalance looks worse than they did last game. And I don't think... that's what you need. They need to pick it up. It looks as though the adjustment, as I say, commentary curse... Chemical Imbalance looking a little scary right there as they pick up the ball and they got the kill they needed. That could have been a pro run, but it didn't go the way that they wanted it to.
And it's just those little moments, the bad bounces, if you will, that that could have been a goal right there, and that would have been huge. And there's been 3 or 4 of those this game for Chemical Imbalance. But I mean, at the end of the day, right now, the Slays are not looking good either. If you're on the side of Chemical Imbalance, you need to get a couple more of these pivotal kills and be able to move up, because right now, Asking Alexandra has the control in their favor.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. And we're seeing a lot of the same stuff, the discipline, the route run, the third goal, unanswered. Chemical Imbalance has no answer for this team. And the way that Asking Alexandria is getting these goals is insane. They are just it's just so easy. It's just, they're making it look so easy. And it's just not looking very well for Chemical Imbalance. But right now, as they pick up the ball off the pickup, they are trying to make some sort of play happen. They need a goal here. This is not
a want. This is a absolute need. If they don't get this, then who knows when the next opportunity is. Gets the punch, the discipline, the score, and they answered back.
Yeah, that was absolutely huge. That's what Chemical Imbalance needed just to shift up the momentum. I mean, that was textbook Grifball, right? That's coming out, getting the kills in front of the plate, letting your runner walk it home scot-free. That's what needed to happen there. And maybe that's going to be the momentum shift that Chemical Imbalance needs to get back into this game.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. You just need one goal to change the entire outcome, but already the aggressiveness coming from the runner really making the huge impact here as mutuals come in. Deaths are going down here as they are going to backpedal back onto their court, gonna get a punch, getting really aggressive. That's what I was saying. Like, the advantage you get from being up in a series, bro, you can start schlonging it, dude. You can start flinging it around, dude. I'm telling you, you can do whatever you want. You control the entirety of the game. So, that advantage alone right there is no one answering Shrek right now as he's just getting every freaking kill, and it's a goal for Asking Alexandria. As we move on to match point, means series point, we could have the series in the books in just a little bit.
Yeah, and that was crazy all the way through. Shrek, not just Shrek, though, for Asking Alexandria, being able to clear that plate. I mean, I think there were 6, maybe even 7 deaths on the plate, and if you're Chemical Imbalance, you gotta win one of those if you want any chance to come back into it. Huge battle there by Chemical, being able to throw that ball back, and the ball is still in the hands of Chemical Imbalance, but a huge triple kill sword play by Hell's Angel gets that ball to leak out into middle, and now he's running out with that hammer in hand with the killing spree saying, we're not letting you get back into this. That's a triple kill. We're taking this home.
Oh yeah, no, that was scary. That was definitely this is getting intense, and it just all momentum is like I don't know. Actually, I feel like things are kind of stayed relatively the same. It's gonna be very tough for Chemical Imbalance to make any sort of play. And get back into this game. When you're down 4-1, series point, match point, like, you have to be playing perfect. You cannot allow anything bad. But we've seen 4-0 comebacks. We've seen 4-1 comebacks in the past. Will Chemical Imbalance do it? It's all just a matter, because now you cannot make mistakes. And I don't know. This game is very hard to limit mistakes on. So, I mean, we'll see how things go.
Absolutely. Sev with a killing spree. Make that 6 as he's going to walk it home. He saw the play. He was being patient. He was waiting all the things he needed to do. He said, I'm not going home without a fight. Ladies and gentlemen, we might just have a game that's a 4-2 lead right now for Asking Alexandria, but Chemical Imbalance, a beautiful run in there. I mean, both on the tanks. I know Chemical had a few kills there, as well as Sev being able to grab that ball and bring it home.
Yeah, you don't really see runners very often trying to maintain a lot of the field position right there. As they pick up the ball, they just kind of, he tries to loiter just a little bit long enough for, some of the real estate to be regained, but terrible punch, overextended by the runner as Chemical Imbalance goes back. And like I said, we're seeing some goofy stuff. We're seeing some some freak stuff right now. So, this is the opportunity for Chemical Imbalance to come back into the game. I'm just saying. I mean, they could still do it as long as they just capitalize off of every mistake, because we're seeing some goofy play a little bit, I feel, at least.
Speaking of goofy plays, we saw that repulse come out. That melee isn't going to happen here. He was looking for it, but it's not going to happen, especially while that repulsor is in the hands of Asking Alexandria. Ball still stuck in mid. They're starting to move it up here, but it's a real back and forth, a real chess match. Looks like a Mosquito's going to drop the ball there. He's going to start moving up. We get a huge kill there by Sev, and now we start to see that momentum move. We start to see that tank line break, and if we get a couple more kills here, Infection is able to break through and get the sword, and he's going to be able to walk it home. Ladies and gentlemen, no, he gets pushed to the side. I thought he had that, but here we are, back on the plate. A huge stop by Sev. It ended up going in.
Awesome. Honestly, like I said, this was a good series, but no, shout out to Infection, shout out to the entirety of Asking Alexandria. They, coming into the season, dude, like, they had a perfect combination of play styles, and I think they made it work. Unfortunately for Chemical Imbalance, they do lose, and shout out my boy Sab. I always root for Sab, but in that game, in that series, it didn't look right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. You saw it here. Your 2024 IGL Season 3 Grifball winners are, in fact, Asking Alexandra, winning both series in a sweep to make it a total of 5-0 in series games. I mean, absolutely insane. Let's take a look at this stat sheet to see what the difference makers were, and I just have to shout it out first and foremost, Shrek with the 12.0 KDA.
Oh yeah, no, Shrek, they all did really well. I mean, you can't ask for better play, and it seems like despite the conflicts in terms of how they feel about each other personally, I'm glad they came together over some Grifball and won the ship. That's a feel good story.
A Cinderella story that you love to see time and time again, being able to bring home the mentals and be able to come out and win the championship. And I mean, in that last series there, I mean, I wouldn't even say win the championship, but dominate the championship. As Asking Alexandra, once again, are your 2024 IGL Season 3 winners. Thank you guys for being here tonight. We got some more things, so don't go anywhere quite yet. We're gonna maybe do some interviews. We might do some stats looking, and then obviously we got to do the awards and everything at the end here. So stick with us. We're gonna get all that set up. So don't go anywhere. We're gonna cut to a quick commercial. But when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna hear from your 2024 IGL Season 3 winners. Get in on the action and get hammered at playgriffball.org. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for waiting. I am here, and I have I'll Shrek you from our 2024 Season 3 winning team. Shrek, I mean, first off, tell me, how are you feeling right now winning all of this?
Oh, pretty good, man. I mean, the first season of Infinite Grifball was actually my first season of competitive Grifball, and I thought winning that first season was attainable for us, but it didn't end up happening. And then last season, my team made it to the ship, where we actually lost to Hells and Infection. So it was kind of cool to see us come together despite our differences and a little bit of bad blood between us. There was a lot of trash talk last season, but yeah, I mean, I'm feeling good, man. First ship in the books. Took 3 seasons to get here, but here we are.
Absolutely, and huge congratulations out of the gate. I mean, incredible. I'm kind of curious. I want to hear more of the psychology behind that. Obviously, little bit of bad blood going into it. How did you guys overcome that? How did you guys decide, hey, guys, you know what? This is bigger than us. This is bigger than any beef we have individually. Let's come together as a team.
Yeah, so when the draft was happening, I fell pretty far in the first round, even though I was, I think, like a top 5 player last season. I had really bad availability going into this season, and I made it known I really don't want to go early and have to be forced to carry a team and have all that pressure on me. And I fell, and it was Hell's time to draft, and Hell sent me a DM, said, "Are we gonna do this or what?" And I was like, "Man, fuck it, why not?" Sorry, not supposed to cuss, my bad.
I get you. You're good. You just won the championship.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
man,
do
I'm
what you
excited.
gotta do. Absolutely. But I mean, that's incredible to be able to overcome that, right? To be able to put aside your differences and be able to switch it up there and take home the championship. I mean, that's what you're here for. That's why you played, is so that you could be here today. I mean, a little bit more if we can talk about team chemistry. From watching it from this side, it seemed like that was the main difference maker for you guys, is that you guys really had the team chem. It was its own winning condition on top of being able to play Grifball. Can you kind of speak to that and how you guys decided to run your plays and how that team chemistry came into play for you?
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously we had Hells and Infection kind of splitting the running duties. Ideally, we would have had Hells probably keep the ball the majority of the time, but it really helped me out as the main tank on that team to have Hells tanking with me. So, I mean, a lot of people view me as like a hyper aggressive tank. I don't really view myself that way. I kind of like to dance around and play patiently. I mean, I'll swing first and I'll spam my swing, but I like to slow down. I like to extend my life. I like to create space. So it was a little bit of a challenge for me, switching to being like the entry tank. And my stats this season weren't as good, which pisses me off a little bit. But you know what? We won the ship and we got the job done. And Grunt also just, I mean, for a third rounder, that dude puts in work. His stats doesn't they don't show it. But I mean, multi kills, I think he's got like an A+ grade in the multi kills per minute category. He just, when he gets going, he tears it up, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, you kind of touched on it, that Infinite was your really introduction into competitive Grifball. And since you've seen a surge of ranking up and getting better, I mean, how does it feel to go from coming into this to being, I mean, arguably a top 5 player this year? I mean, talk to me about kind of what goes into that. How do you jump that quick from here to there to be able to not only compete but dominate against some of these players?
Yeah, I mean, I was a reach matchmaking kid. I would pad my stats, and occasionally, I probably got invited to like 20 custom games throughout the whole time I was playing reach, where some of these top level Grifball players would be hosting some competitive custom games, and I always enjoyed them a lot. I never really did that great, but I did okay, usually going like -20 or something. And then when I joined for the first season, my boy Spank, shout out Spanktron, he got me in there, and he kind of showed me the ropes with everything on Infinite and taught me the mechanics, taught me all the little intricacies of the game. And then I played this game a lot before Season 2 and during Season 2 and really worked hard to improve my play. And it ended up working out. And it's a good feeling. A lot of the times I kind of feel like a fraud a little bit. Like when people tell me I'm a top level player, it's like, I don't know if I really deserve that praise, but I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
Awesome. Well, I love hearing that. Absolutely congratulations to you and your whole team. I mean, Shrek, you absolutely dominated that last game. I would say that specifically that last set of games there was on your back. So I absolutely love to have you here. Love hearing from you, and absolutely just can't say enough. Congratulations on today. 100 times over.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Shrek. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cut to one more quick commercial, and when we come back, we have another player there on that winning roster, Infection, coming in. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Get in on the action and get hammered at playgrifball.org.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm here again with one of your winners of this season, Infection. Infection, congratulations. How are you? How do you feel right now?
Hey, thank you so much, man. I am doing really good. Oh my God, the back-to-back. Season 2, Season 3. Oh, couldn't be more proud.
That's awesome. I mean, what can you kind of talk to me about the change between, rosters last season, this season, how you took a different approach or maybe the same approach as you did last season?
Approach of the team that you build around yourself. We went from Spank last season, top push tank in the league, to Shrek this season, who's the top hybrid in the league last season. So it shifted our dynamic a little bit, and it took us about half the season to really get things going. A lot of people doubted us that we would be able to overcome some personality issues. Shit, I'm sorry. That was so easy. That was so easy to get over. And we just came together. It was beautiful.
Hey, I mean, that's what it takes, and obviously you're here now, so whatever had to happen worked. I mean, kind of you touched on it in the end, but I'd like to get into it more. I mean, how does it feel to kind of get into your nemesis on your team from last season, or the nemesis from last season is now on your team? I mean, talk me through how you personally decided to work through that and kind of bring it out so that you guys can win the chip this year.
I did everything I could to just try and make Shrek as comfortable as possible. Pretty much from the get-go, we were scrimming the first night after the draft, and I was just, hey, well, I know we were both calling them on our teams last season. We ended up in the ship together. I want to let you spread your wings as wide as you want to go. So if you want to call all this season, that's on you. I just want to know what you want to achieve this season. He said a ship. So let's split comms. I didn't mind at all. It was surprising, honestly. I missed most of the draft, so I came back to about 80 DMs, and Hell's just saying, "All right, well, I'm committing to this, so I hope you're good with it for the season."
That's
great.
That's absolutely awesome. And just to kind of keep moving through that and your team chemistry, I mean, like I kind of said to Shrek there, it seemed like your team chemistry was what really set the tone and was the difference maker in these games and really led you guys to that victory. So kind of going a little further into that. I mean, I know, you and Hell's kind of passed the ball around a little bit and you guys made a couple of different decisions. I mean, can you kind of talk to me about what caused that decision for how you decided who was going to run that ball?
So I gave priority to Hells to be able to make that call when they wanted. I did defy him a couple times. If we were really close to scoring, I could just carve the route in. Hells was captain this season. I was captain over Hells last season, so I wanted to give them, their reign to make their calls. I talked for them a lot, but it was really just being their voice. I wasn't speaking on their behalf. So if Hells wasn't pinging me, I knew I could keep the ball.
I love to hear it. And I mean, that's right there. That's that coordination, right? That's that team chem. That's what does it. But Infection, oh my goodness, congrats. You are the champion. I bet it feels absolutely great. Thank you so much for being here with me now. Thank you so much for playing your heart out here. Now let me hear it. Are you going to run it back? Are you going to go for 3?
Oh, the 3P? Of course. How could I not?
Absolutely. Love to hear it. Thank you so much for being here, Infection. Thank you so much for everybody. We're going to cut to one more little break here, but when we come back, we're going to be getting those zesty little awards from the season all put together, so don't go anywhere. The awards show with Mavbrid is up next. Clear.
Are we done? Or with that?
Yes.
Great job.
Thank you.
Seriously, you guys fucking killed it. Super fun to watch,
Yeah,
too.
it was awesome.
I
Games.
love that.
Get in on the action and get hammered.
Greatest enemy. Greatest enemy. Greatest enemy. Greatest enemy. Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. Oh, it feels like nothing could be better when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Dancing all night, we're in this together. It's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough.
Where? Where's the beat?
it's a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost out of here, but we can't leave without seeing these awards. We have Mavbrid here to be your awards czar. Here we go. Mav, tell us what's going on.
All right, so I think we had 15 awards this season. I didn't actually count. We have a few new ones. I took out a few other ones from last season, so it's mostly the same, but it's still some different ones. So for MVP, ended up being Novice. I think he ended up winning by like 6 votes. He won by a large amount. Tank was pretty close, but ended up being Snipes. I think he ended up winning by like 1 vote. I think he just barely beat Spence out for it. Best runner, it was Katie Skill, and she ended up winning, I think, by about 5 or 4 votes. Novice won by a landslide and basically got almost every vote for Best Hybrid. Best Defender was close, but it ended up being Sab. Best Captain ended up being a tie between Chemical and Avenger. Best Playmaker ended up being Shrek, who just obviously won the ship.
Yeah, I would agree with that solely off of what we even saw today.
Yeah, his work with the grapple hook is kind of insane. Samurai, which is the best sword user, ended up being KD Skill. She won by I think about 1 vote. The scariest player without a doubt was Novice, and he ended up winning by like 17 votes. I think only like 2 people didn't vote for him. Most consistent was Spence. He ended up winning, I think, by 1 or 2 votes. Best sleeper pick was Nick by a pretty close race, and it ended up being, I think, 1 vote he won by. Mr. Intangibles is sort of like the best player whose stats don't reflect that. And he ended up winning by, I think, 1 vote. I think he beat Nick out by 1 vote. Best duo ended up being our champions, Shrek and Angel. They, I think, also won by 1 vote. Invader, which is basically the EU foreign player MVP, ended up being Recharge or Frenzy, wherever you know him by. Most improved player ended up being a tie between Solace and Nick. And Rookie of the Season, or I guess Rookie of the Season / Rookie of the Year, ended up being Master Squire, who ended up winning, I think, by 6 votes. That's about it. That's all.
Love to see it, and one hell of a season for on either side of the field, whether you made it to playoffs, whether you won the grand championship, one hell of a season, and you see it here, MVPs across the board. Mav, thank you so much for that, and we're going to get ready to close this out. Anything else you want to say?
Thank you all for signing up for my first season that I ended up earning. Obviously, Spence helped a lot. Everyone else, Death, No Black Fall, thank you for helping me while I was busy at work or obviously doing live stuff. Thank you all. That's about it.
Awesome, and thank you to everybody else that made this season so special. This is going to be it for us here on the cast, but you've been watching twitch.tv/thenobletv for the Season 3 finals of the Halo Infinite IGL League Grifball. Congrats to our winners as well. Thank you all so much for all you do, and we'll see you guys next season for more amazing Grifball. For myself, for Addison, thank you all so much, and good night.